Hello. Where? Where do my clothes keep going? Why does this keep happening? That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's it. There's a short... Stop naked streaming every day of my life. Wait, why isn't it spinning? Hold on. I spent a long time... Okay. Huh. Try doing spin again. I don't know if maybe it was just broken for the first of the day. Or maybe it's gonna... Yeah? Pitter patter is... Oh, that's a good hat. Hold on. Can I help you? What? Why are you crying? What? What?
Meow.
Pitter Patter is doing the world's saddest meows outside in the hall. And usually she only do that. Hey. What's wrong? If she's like got tummy troubles or something, but I think maybe she just wants attention today. I spent a lot of time yesterday. Hi, do you want to be in my lap? Is that it? What's wrong? Come here. Come here. Come on. Come here. There we go. We've got a lap cat. I spent a lot of time yesterday fixing the hat code so that hats will be able to stack on Friday for Hat Day. But I did get worried that it would break it. Hi, Harvey. Can I help you? Where are you? My cats are meowing and I don't understand it. Chat, I'm to hear what happened to Ivy's eyes. Harvey may be jealous. Pit-Pat isn't even laying down in my lap. She's literally just standing on my legs. Hi, Harvey. What is it? What? Cats don't know anything. They don't know anything. Hello, everyone. I hope you are having literally a Wembles day. Welcome in, Finchy. Welcome in, Uncle Punch. Welcome in, Fear Luna. Thank you for the raid. Happy almost your birthday. Everybody should scroll up a little bit and click that link that goes to Fear Luna's, I was gonna say website. I guess it sort of is a website. Twitch. Shit, wait, is it? It's Monday. I hope everybody's having a Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday or a Friday or a Saturday or a Sunday. Welcome in Valentine, the super cool. Welcome in Kai. Welcome in Glow. Welcome in Random Game Lover. I hope you are all. It is Monday. The Monday is today. It's Monday. You can also click that link up there that goes to Morton, who's on the TV playing Pokemon. Oh, I love it here. I've never played a video game. Hold on. I have to unsteep my tea 1 second. 1 second. Covering all your bases every day of the week. I don't know what day it is. I don't know anything about anything. I made tea today instead of coffee. I made tea. I'm dumping some sugar in it because we're doing it that style. It's a summer rose tea, and I like it. It smells good, tastes good, it's a little bit sweet. Felt princess appropriate. It's starting to get warmer outside. Goodbye, Morbin. It's starting to feel a little warmer outside, so coffee is a good warm drink that warm you up. Tea is also a warm drink that warm you up, but somehow less. I forgot. My eyebrows are on top of this mask. So I spent like 6 hours Sunday. Yeah, that's fun, your eyebrow show. There was a while when I first moved over to this model where only one eyebrow was layered on top of the hat. And that was kind of like a permanent DreamWorks face, which is wild and wacky. But this time I fixed it. I fixed it at some point. At some point of time, I fixed it, and now both of them are over the hat. Hold on. See if I can do my eyebrow raise and lower. I think the eyebrows are in sync. I don't think I can DreamWorks face it. Not without forcing the technology. I've acquired The power of hats stack. They will not stack for this stream because I have a stack mode and a non-stack mode. And we are not engaging stack mode. And the real reason we are not engaging stack mode is because it is not hat day. Hat day will be on Friday. But also I didn't set up I didn't position the hats yet on when my head is exploded, so they'll only work then. I wish emojis were bigger in OBS. Oh, that's the DreamWorks face emoji. I can't do that. I don't have that technology. Or maybe I do. Hold on. What if I do that? No, that's just sad. Huh. That's also just sad. That's crying. Why am I all sad? That one you can't even tell what it is. I guess I don't have when I so excited for IFE PC Explode Day. Honestly, it might. Hat stack command do make my computer chug a little baby bit. Just a little baby bit. When I'm when it redeems the hats. I don't know how to code. I know HTML sort of. I don't even know HTML and CSS. That's what I grew up with on Neopets. Hat code is in C#. I learned it just to make hats work. I don't understand it. Wish a computer made smoke out of the top when it lagged. I don't know about that. That's fire hazard. Oh no, C++ is it? Well, I don't even know what the difference between C++ and C# is. But I have a thing. StreamerBot works with C# and you can make it do stuff. I have to learn HTML for your web design class next soon. HTML is nice. HTML is really kind. Go on, start now. Go to neopets.com and make yourself a pets page. Go to neocities.org and make yourself a Neocities. I forgot to do that. Wait. Next soon was we try to combine next semester and soon. I mean, you're correct. I have to I have to open the map. The princess map. I'm pretty sure what this is we have to go to the Dami Mommy and then just resist as much as we can. And then the failing is I think we die. The soon after this soon. Currently we are in a soon, but there's gonna be another soon, and it's that soon. That's the soon you're gonna soon. But you can get a head start now soon if you make a Neopets page and you color it and it's pretty and you can do it and it's fun. And HTML is good and a friend. I learned HTML as a wee child. Basics, very basics HTMLs, barely even any CSS. And then when I get a job, I have to learn how to do Excel formulas, and I'm like, okay, this is kind of actually a little bit like HTML. This is just some logic stuff. And then when I finally started doing C#, like for the longest time, I'm like, oh, programming seems hard. You gotta type so many the words that I don't know what they mean, and you gotta do there's symbols like parentheses and semicolons. A herf and a herf, I believe it is href, and that is if you have to put a link. Href equals quotation mark, put your link, end quotation mark, put that all in the pointy brackets, I forget what they're called. And then img space src. I think that stands for image source. I wonder what the A and the H are for. Image source is image source. I don't know what the A is. H might be hyperlink, and then ref is reference. What is the A? A hyperlink reference. Those are delicious carrots. Okay, so they're carrots when they're sideways too? It's not just the upward style that's a carrot? Sometimes when you cut something out of you, a piece leaves with it. You have no idea. I'm sorry, I lied. We're gonna find out right now. What you call these brackets? Hold on. Angle brackets. When I chevrons, that's the name I'm looking for. Sorry, I got distracted because when I typed in what you call these, the Google autofill is like, what you call that head over heels, what you call this, what you call that lyrics, what you call that place, what you call this meaning in Hindi, what you call this in Hindi, what we call this symbol, what we call this, how do you call this, how do you call this symbol? And then I was gonna type brackets, but then when I type a B, you say, how do you say that's beautiful in Spanish? How do you say this boy in Spanish? What do you call boomerang that doesn't come back? What do you call by this? What do you call by this symbol? What do you call these things? What do you call these chips? What do you call these things chips? What do you call that lyrics? What do you call that? What do you call bridesmaids that are married? Why does it keep wanting me to talk about chips? What do you call these brackets? Boom. A boomerang that doesn't come back as a stick, but having fun? Cats zooming in the background. Brackets, braces, and parentheses. Chevron brackets. Whoa. If I Google chevron brackets, it just gives me, like, machinery. Angle brackets, or chevrons, are used in group theory to write group presentations and denote the subgroup generated by a collection of elements. In set theory, chevrons or parentheses are used to denote ordered pairs and other tuples, whereas curly brackets are used for unordered sets. Huh? Hold on, we have to learn, please. Sorry, forget the princess. We have to learn about bracket. A bracket is either of two tall, fore, or back-facing punctuation marks commonly used to isolate a segment of text or data from its surroundings. They come in four main pairs of shapes as well as four main pairs of shapes as given in the box to the right. Brackets, or parentheses, or round brackets. Square brackets, or brackets. Braces, or curly brackets. Angle brackets, or chevrons. I don't even want to get into what this B-E-A-E, B-E, B-E-A-E, B-E, and A-E, B-E, B-E-A-E. Chevron doesn't even get special letters. Bracket is pointy like a pristine blade. I thought these ones were braces or curly braces, like the character in Cave Story, Curly Brace. Bracket is pointy like a pristine blade. British English and American. Oh! British doesn't call them to parentheses? Hi, Octo. You were just on Wikipedia. Every day of my life I am learning. I still have the tab open. What page you rockin' if you would care to share? Play nice, okay? I'm asking the cats to play nice. Before and after, like before entry and after entry. Before entry, it could be best egg and awesome egg. We just don't know. Ego death. I don't know what ego death. Do that in Canada, brackets and so on, but do you also call them parentheses? Brackets are typically deployed in symmetric pairs, and an individual bracket may be identified as a left or right bracket, or opening bracket and closing bracket, depending on the directionality of the context. In casual writing in technical fields such as computing or linguistic analysis of grammar, brackets nest with segments of bracketing material containing embedded within them other further bracketed subsegments. The number of opening brackets matches the number of closing brackets in such cases. Parentheses is strictly American? I'm learning so many today. That's spooky music as you read. That's Slay the Princess, which is the game that we're playing today. Even though we're on Wikipedia. Even though we're on Wikipedia right now. Oh, each one has its own section. Excuse me. I love... These are all right. I love curly braces. They're a good shape. You can use them in Excel formulas to make them special. Angle brackets, less than and greater than. This is a lot. In largely archaic computer slang, they were sometimes known as brockets. They are distinct from V-shaped chevrons, as they have, where the typography permits it, a broader span than chevrons. So are these the chevrons and these the not? Brockets. Brockets, brackets, bric-a-brac. Although when printed, often no visual distinction is made. The ASCII less than and greater than characters are often used for angle brackets in many cases. Only those characters are set by programs on the computer. The Unicode angle brackets not recognized in HTML tags for single guillemets. What is this? A pair of oh, stop. Pair of punctuation marks in the form of a sideways double chevrons used as quotation marks in a number of languages. Oh, I've seen that before. In some of these languages, single guillemets are that and are used for quotation inside another quotation. Guillemets are not conventionally used in English. They may also be called Anglo-Latin, Castilian, Spanish, or French quotation marks. This is a diminutive of the French name Guillaume, apparently after the French printer and punch cutter Guillaume Lebet. Though he did not invent the symbols, they first appear in a 1527 book printed by... Wait, we have to play the game. We have to get out of here. There's too much learning to be had. Help. Help. Okay, so hat command does still work. Hat command is still work. I learned something actually while I was updating my hat code, is that you can set the codes you write to pre-compile. Like, to compile on StreamerBot start, and I should go through and do that for things like the wheel spin and the hat redeem and the quote, so that it doesn't chug the first time people do it. Angle brackets, how French people mark talking. That's the double chevron, that's the guillemets. Wow, 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 wow. I guess we're opening up Wikipedia again. Hello, Wikipedia. Eggs time. Wah, 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 wah. Ah. I love egg. Do you know where I can find an awesome egg? I'll make us play the game. I was gonna say, it's very easy. Y'all could make me not play a game for the entire stream. We got the egg. We could not play a game for the entire stream. But we got it. Babble beady boo bee ball bee boo babble bee ball dee da bo ba bo da dee doo dee doo dee da. Where's an egg? Muscle Man hat is certainly something. It is, and it's Muscles Man. I'm actually really curious what Muscle Man hat is gonna look like on a stack, on a hat stack. We will be able to stack 5 hats on top of each other, and in the background, it's just gonna kind of overlay all the hats on top of one another. I think... No. I was gonna say, I think it's technically doing that right now, but actually I don't think it is. I was trying to find Slay the Princess ending guide. Permission to try a thing. Try whatever you would like. My streams are a playground and we are all having fun in the sandbox. Is that Minecraft? Is that Wordle? I see cubes. Oh. Hold on. If I adjust... It was Minecraft Steve. If I adjust the width of my... No. I'm adjusting the width of my chat in an attempt to make it form a shape. Allegedly... I struggled very, very hard to make it so that things like, Super Rat would fit the... Oh, there we go. Fit the ons... That ain't right. Hold on. Hello? What happened? Hello?
Oh no!
Excuse me? What? Hold on.
Oops.
What do you mean? Oh! You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do that. Hold on. Not supposed to do that. Wait, hold on. Hold on. I'm trying to put the exploded hat back on. No. Huh. Hold on. We can fix this. Can we fix this? Why is my... No, my mouth is fine. Zoom in on the error to see it. Did you kill Muscleman? Oh, I know what the error is. The error is there's additional hat sources. Hold on. There's additional hat sources that shouldn't be there that are not actually... Here, I can zoom in and show you what it is. I think this... Hold on. Will this dox me? No. This is the VTube Studio can't find your web image. Website cannot be reached. Check if there's a typo in the URL. Make sure you're online. Hold on. Hold on. We're just gonna be a rectangle for a little bit. I'm gonna see what's going on here. Oh, I know what it is. I move... No, wait. Do I know what it is? I think I moved the file. I think that's what it is. I think that's what the problem is. I think we've maybe solved the problem. One second. One second. One second. One Beckham. Bend it like. There we go. We're back. We're back. We're so back. It's the best hat. You should add this as a hat. No, so didn't mean to do that one. So for the hat stacks, the way my hats work is it's 4 browsers. It's 4 locally saved HTML files. There's 4 saved HTML files. There's unexploded front, unexploded back, and then exploded front and exploded back. Love the new source not found hat. I could like cut it out and just put it over my face. It would be very funny to have like a 404 error hat. But anyway. I had those in a folder with all my hats, and then I have one for him hat and one for the hat. And then to make the hat stack, I had to take those 4 hats for me, 4 HTML files for me, and copy paste them 4 more times. So I had a lot of HTML files sitting in this folder, and it was getting kind of hard to keep track. So I'm like, let me separate the ones from me and put them in their own folder. And I aligned all the ones for when my head is upwards in normal style, and I got those all set up, and I linked them to the new one. And then I forgot that by moving them in the folder, the exploded one will no longer do it. But wait, this is gonna be a problem maybe. Hold on, this is gonna be a problem maybe, because I think if you change my hat now, it's gonna update the wrong one. It's gonna update the wrong one is the problem. I have to actually change the URL. I can't just... I can't just make a copy of the file. Okay. Okay, now I think we're so super good. And nothing will ever be bad. Y'all want to see something cool? This is how I line up my hats to make sure that I'm pinning them to the right place instead of to, like, my eyeball. Him carrot real. I have this special toggle that has a fun layer for pinning. Anyway, that's the behind the scenes magic. That's how it's made. That's wow it's made IFE edition. And then I have to pin so many hats to it. I'm trying to find full walk through all possible endings. We haven't gotten the gray, I don't think. We also have to turn right. We're gonna do Dommy Mommy. I remember how to do it. The spine thing reminds you of Attack on Titan? I was gonna say, do they have spines in that? But I think everybody does normally. New game.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
Cabin.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Princess. Oh, here we go. I found a guide that's... Ah! Sorry, I jump scared myself by accidentally clicking on the Where's an Egg tab, which makes very loud Where's an Egg music play just for me.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Wait, this guide doesn't have the new endings. What happened? I had a file that was too big. Here we go. Most have spines. Every day of my life, I am having a spine, and it is keeping my head on and my body from squunching into a pile of sludge. You're just gonna save this image. Clearly doing a good job at keeping you aligned currently. Listen,
Find the princess
if I didn't have this spine, when y'all explode me, my head would just go flying. And then where would we be? Where would I put the muscle man? Get him, Johnny. I will never buy cheap viewers. I only buy expensive viewers. I only buy gold-plated, diamond-encrusted viewers.
A warning before you go any further.
I did
She
think
will
it would be
lie,
very
not
funny
ignore.
if there were some like head explodes where my head just goes flying off. You're because of the
interior of the
contract
cabin is
personally?
almost
How much
entirely bare.
longer is your
The air is
contract? Do we
stale
have
and
to
musty,
renew it?
And the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The
Um,
only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that
That's
table is
slavery?
a pristine blade.
A contract? No, I think specifically if you have a contract. Like, I only go to work because of the contract. Buying people. Buying viewers. That's true. Do I get to keep the viewers if I buy them? Do they live in my house? I don't want that. I can't take care of them. After we negotiate soon, I set the meeting to you via Teams. Oh, sorry. I have my Teams messages muted while I'm streaming. Every day, I'm answering emails and getting messages on Microsoft Teams. Every day, I'm getting calendar reminders of meetings and reports due. Gamers, I'm not built for this. Gamers, let me go into offline busy mode forever and never ever answer any ever. Alright. How we get the tower? We take the blade.
The blade. is
Permission
your implement.
granted? Hell yeah.
You'll need it.
We take the
You
blade.
take the blade from the table.
Take the blade.
It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Oh. Fascinating. Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp.
Why doesn't this
A
stream
hint of rot
chat
filtering
window
from the
show
ancient wood.
frowny
If
face?
the princess really lives here, slaying
Wait, does
her
it
is
not?
probably doing her a favor.
I see it at the beginning of your message. It's just small. You can see it right above my neck. In that one, and then your one. Unless you did one that was just that, just the frowny face. Oh, there's a special emote. It doesn't show an OBS either. I wonder if that's in the settings, because I know the old chat I used to use a million years ago did allow BTTV
Her
emotes,
voice carries up the stairs.
but I switched to a new one.
She sounds. Don't let it.
I switched to a new one
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've
when
had
I
any
did the new
visitors.
model.
You walk down the stairs.
And I wonder if there's a
and
setting
lock
in there for
eyes with the
BTTV.
princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist.
The horrible
binding her
mask
to the
face
far
is a
wall
Twitch
of the
one, so it
basement.
does show Twitch emotes. There's just a checkbox for it in OBS. Where's my chat settings? Show mod icons. Emotes only chat, subscriber only chat. Yippee! Yippee! I don't know where it would be. But also the don't call my sweet little mask baby horrible. I dislike the mask. That is not the face I typed. I type a face that is not the face I typed. The mask should be its own set of emotes and not stealing my beautiful emoticons. Not skin walking into my beautiful emoticon's house and becoming there instead. I think even if I change it in OBS, it won't change it on stream is the thing. It'll just change it for what I see. That's what the mask is. That's what the point of the mask is. You put on the mask, you become someone else. I don't want to wear the mask. I would like my face to look like this. I would like my face to look like this. Why are you whitewashing my emoticon? Why are you making a HTML hexadecimal code FFFFFF? The ambiguity lost, the simpleness lost, the joy lost.
She's so cold. Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are.
We have to save. To get back to the tower, we have to hesitate and then try to slay Scorpimo. Yeah. I love to watch a radio TV solutions streams. I love it to be watching a Sokka Pens or a Holly Hollow Tone or a Trarg. Want my face to look like this, says Beheaded Muscle Man. You know what I should do? I should make a hat that's just the horrible Twitch emoticon mask. Then I could look like that on screen. No one would stop me. We have to hesitate. What does it mean to hesitate? We step forward, and then we stop, and then we do it again? Again and again and again and again.
Oh? No talking
Do
now?
it again.
Fine.
Do it again.
What even makes you think you can kill
Again
me?
and again.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right?
It's a shame, it's a shame, it's a
You should
crying
just
shame.
Drop it.
She's unarmed.
Oh,
If you
no.
hesitate now, it'll be too late.
Oops.
End this.
Oh! The bow. Do you ever make merch? You need to make a baseball cap that says exclamation point spin on it? I think I need to make a shirt that says hat on it. I need to make a hat that has a shirt on it. I think we drop the blade and then we pick it back up.
Maybe.
I don't know what you're hoping.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh, have you
You know why.
Slay the
Doubt,
princess.
unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of
I
distraction
think this is
and
just gonna
hesitation
bring us
is
to
all
the
you needed to
adversary, though.
sidestep your thrust, and it feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. Holy shit, that hurt! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that
Didn't
first
realize that
fight
would
is
spin
enough to
still.
shatter you,
Anybody
putting
can
you and the
spin.
princess on some
Thought it was just the
equal
beginning of the. Oh, because it was in the middle of your message. No, I like it when people get caught unawares by booby traps in the chat. So I always make it so commands will work anywhere. That means you could also say like, I am having so much fun! Exclamation point, yippee! And it'll still yippee even though it's not at the beginning of the sentence.
Your blade slashes through the air.
I think this is
again and
adversary.
again.
I think I did it
Fists
bad.
Connect with your body. We can still turn the.
Or maybe
Are you
not?
serious? As in turn, you lacked the will to finish the job. Your bruised and broken body falling to its knees before her. The princess, exhausted, chest heaving with heavy breaths, tosses the blade away from you. This is the end.
This
isn't
is
it?
the end.
Is this really the best you could do?
Ma'am, we have been
Look
through
at
this a
you.
bajillion
Completely
times.
broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
Girl, can you just finish the jarb?
She plants her foot on your chest and
I
pushes
think we
you
are on the
onto your
right
back.
track.
The air, and then she brings her knee to your throat.
I need that for breathing. She's disappointed in me. I didn't kill her good enough and now she's mad. I'm sorry.
She leans into it with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess, shattering your
We could do
windpipe
better.
and leaving you starved for breath.
It's too bad. I was looking forward to some company.
Oh.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Okay, good. This is like hardly a mercy kill because
You're
she
on a
she
path
suffocated
through the
us. There was a
woods,
knife right there. She
and at
could
the
have
end
just
of that
stabbed us
path
dead.
Is a cabin. You're here to slay her.
Yeah, she could have just
If you
stabbed
don't,
us.
It will be the
She
end
literally
of
could
the
have killed
world.
us, and she could have like choked us or something. But no, she's just like, I'm gonna sit on you until, I'm gonna do a save. Cause the other thing is, oh, we'll go do the tower. Because one of the endings is we just keep turning around, I think. We like get the first ending and then we leave. I sits until you die. A large enough cat could make this a reality.
A warning.
Is this
before
one
you
Voice
go
of the
any further.
Broken?
She will lie, she will
I
cheat,
think it is.
and she will do everything in her power to stop you
Sad,
from
sad
slaying her.
voice.
We might as
Yeah.
well just pledge ourselves to her.
We're not doing
And
that.
stop pretending we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us. Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge?
It's
I'm
gonna
not
be
being-
okay.
You're being just.
We're just
I
gonna
regret
hop on in there.
If that's what
She's
you
gonna
want.
be Voice of the
Yes, I don't have to say
loser. Got him. We're just gonna go in there. She's gonna be real meanies to us, and we're gonna say no, 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 no until we die.
The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a
Wait.
pristine blade perched on its edge.
Okay, we need the blade.
The blade is your implement. Why do we don't feel small?
We take the blade.
You take the blade from the
This is so
altar.
normal.
It would be difficult to slay the princess and
This
save
is
the
this
world
always
without a
happens
weapon.
every day. It seems like you missed a bit of this game. Every day you meet a princess and you walk through the woods, you go to the cabin, you get your blade or you don't, and you go to the basement and there's a princess there and you have a little chat maybe, and then either you slay her or she slays you or you leave. We're gonna go in the basement and the princess is gonna be there and she's gonna be so normal.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. This is actually kind of nice.
I think a staircase with steps that are almost as big as you are, like, you could go down it, but it would be extremely
Unbelievable.
Is that a
inconvenient.
guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
I don't wanna.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. We need to get down there. Should we be worried about your sudden change in her? It doesn't matter what that little voice said.
Witness me. Every day I'm telling people
Making
to
your
witness
way down
me.
the spiral staircase is a
I say, hey.
and exhausting
Hey.
effort. Every step requiring you to clamber over one edge
Witness
before dropping
me.
to the next.
Pretty
Soon
Bo,
the
thank
end
you.
comes
It
into
was a
view
gift of the
as you tumble
wheel.
to the bottom, entering the vast temple-like room beyond. The princess
There
towers
she
over
is.
you,
Normal
almost
princess.
glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window.
Her figure.
Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall.
Me to the 7-Eleven cashier. Have you witnessed me? Excuse me. Excuse me? Excuse me, you? If it's not too much trouble, could you please witness me?
The chain is
Thank
nothing
you.
to her. It might
Thank
as well be
you.
a toy for all the good it would do. I told you.
Broken, I need you to
Little bird,
stop.
you brought that knife again.
We brought
Even
that
though
knife.
You know it's useless.
Don't worry.
Such
We're gonna have a use for
charming
it.
Audacity.
Audacity is, I think I said this last time, but it is the program that I use to edit my audios.
Drop it.
I will do no such thing.
As if on command, the blade slips from
Squeeze.
your grasp. It clatters uselessly
Witness
to
is
the
such an
floor.
epic word for such pleasantries. Hi, did you witness that bird outside? It's so cool.
But we didn't drop it.
Hi, I'm
We
witnessing
decided
you.
to
Have
grip
you
it
witnessed
tighter,
me today?
remember? Are you really
Witness
just going
me.
to let that happen to us? I have a duty to report facts as facts, and the fact is that you dropped the blade.
I'm gonna need you to change the fact. We pick up the blade.
Oh, I understand.
We pick up the blade.
Kneel.
We don't kneel. We don't kneel. We don't kneel. No,
Oh, are you still trying to
I don't
defy me?
wanna.
I said Kneel.
Your legs buckle.
Damn it.
And your knees hit the floor.
That's my good
I'm
little
so
bird.
low
Now,
when my
why
head
don't
is
we
exploded.
talk?
Like, most of me is just not here. Narrator is spitting bars. Narrator is spitting lies.
The last time we met, you tried to kill me.
Sure did.
And here you are again. Trying to succeed where you've already catastrophically failed.
Here's how the bird can still win.
What draws you back here beyond the empty halls of death?
I want to see the other endings.
Speak.
I want to see the other endings.
The last time we met,
Catastrophically is a bit extreme.
nobody should have met her before this. You should be the first. You're the only one I trust to deal with her.
Then you shouldn't have trusted us. There was nothing.
Broken, I'm gonna need you
melodramatic,
to
but
stop. We've seen this before. We're gonna save again because I don't trust like this. No.
Perhaps you need another lesson.
We're going
in
toddler
submitting to your
mode. All
betters.
that we know is no.
Pick up that needle.
No. Settings, stream, Twitch chat add-ons. Let's see. Settings. Don't crash my OBS, please. Stream. I don't... Oh, I see it. But it's grayed out, I think, on account of I'm live. Grayed out on account of I'm live. But also, that'll show them for me, but it won't show them... Because the thing is, the chat that I'm using is third party. It's not through OBS. It's a browser source. It's a local browser source on my PC that runs through something else entirely. Slime 2, I think. So even if I change it for OBS, it'll mean that I get to see them in the OBS dock, which isn't a big deal because I just switch my browser tab to my Twitch tab, and then I can see it in there if I must.
Do it. It's what she wants.
I think I have to say
No
no.
objections here. I don't know what she's planning, and I don't like that we don't know what. As your eye falls on the blade,
Oh, we don't get a choice. Okay.
you reach forward and grasp the blade.
This game makes me feel low-key, because this is how your brain feels most of the time. You just be sitting here, no. Voice of the broken, we're not gonna stay in bed all day type of stuff. Every morning, I wake up, and I don't want to get out of bed because it's so cozy in the bed. And if I leave the bed, I have to answer emails. I would rather just stay in bed on phone. But I gotta... If you were preaching to the choir, I gotta... If I don't answer emails, I don't get dollars. And if I don't get dollars, I can't pay for my rent. And if I can't pay for my rent, I can't have a house. And if I don't have a house, I don't have a place to put my computers. And if I don't have a place to put my computers, I can't go on the internet. And I live in the internet. In bed on phone is amazing. It is. It's crazy how easy it is to forget that, like, bed, great to lie in bed and sleep. Every day I'm forgetting this. Every day I'm staying up too late, and then it's like, wait, what am I doing? Sleep rules. Why am I not going to bed? Should probably look through the settings for the browser source thing you're using. Yeah, I'll do that between streams. I don't wanna troubleshoot it on stream because I'm worried it will just straight up break the chat. It'll straight up break the chat entirely. Or I'm gonna, like, change something that I shouldn't. Streamer brain makes it, decreases your cognitive functions. Is cognitive even the right word? Is cognitive your brain or is cognitive your body? Decrease your brain power by about 30%. So it makes it harder to do things like troubleshooting or thinking or understanding. I have a good point. Maybe I should go bed. It's literally the most important. Think about it. Only 30% possible. Yeah, only about 30%, I think. Streaming about 30%. If I have to take Dramamine, if it's a like first person game or like a 3D camera game, then that's maybe another like 10 or 20%. And then if I'm doing like another conversation at the same time, like if I'm doing like a co-host stream, then that's another like 10 or 20%. And that brings my brain down. I already don't know how to do that math. How many percents is left? How many percent do you need to play a game?
Stand.
But Blender and Twitch is more fun.
This one's easy. See? This isn't so
Voice of
bad.
the Broken is loving this.
Okay, yeah. We can do that. We were probably gonna stand anyway.
I don't want to stand. Why can't I say I hate you so much, all of you, or stop making me do things, or I'm going to kneel here forever?
You can feel a creaking tension between body and will as you slowly rise
What if I do
to your
this?
feet, like two foes
How about
forced
that?
into an unhappy truce.
Unstand. Hashtag sitting. That is the problem of go to bed, is when things are more fun. What is that emote? Is it a gummy worm? A regular style worm? A lie? Fitbit sent you a notification that says almost there. Get 2,099 more steps in to reach your goal. This is a fucking joke to you, Fitbit. What's the time frame on that goal? Is that a daily goal, a weekly goal, a monthly goal? I don't know how many steps I take in a day. I don't have a Fitbit. I need to get my Poco Walker. Run, 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 run. Daily, you have 2 more hours to do that. Hold on, how many steps are in a day? How many steps in a day? How many steps in a mile? 2,000? Your Fitbit wants you to walk a mile every day? Every day? Like you don't even get weekends off? How much is... Wait. How far a mile? Well, it's 5,280 feet. That doesn't help me very much. Fitbit likes it when you take 10K steps a day. That's 8 miles. No, it's not. It's 5 miles. 5 miles. What's 5 miles away from me? I have to do this so that I do not dox myself. How far is this? That's 1 point. It's not even 2 miles away from me and I wouldn't want to walk there. It's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's too many steps. That's too many steps, I think. Fitbit's a liar. Fitbit's evil. I can understand, like, this is my exercise day. I'm gonna walk 5 miles or something. But every single day, that's a lot. Who has time for that? Who got time for that? Don't y'all know? Tire, yeah, Mario Tire. There's things to do. You know about chores? You know about work, school, homework, taking a shower, doing laundry, groceries, cooking, spending 6 hours coding your hats? I can't walk 5 miles and do that.
The
Upsetting to
princess
me.
eyes
Too
you with
many.
soft contemplation. The moment seems
I'm gonna have to put a
last
treadmill in
lifetime,
front of
the
my
silent
computer and just
anticipation of
constantly
what's
be
to
walking
come,
forward while I
dragging out
type.
the long, painful seconds.
It's the only way we're gonna
But
make it.
all silences are broken eventually.
You just have to tie your Fitbit to a rubber band and shake it around a bunch. I think that's what I did with the Poco Walker. as a child when I was grinding for something, or not even the Poke Walker, the pocket Pikachus. That was just like a little Tamagotchi, but a Pikachu, and also it had a step counter, and I think you used the steps to like play games.
To define me is to claim we stand on level ground. We do not. You are quiet shadow, while I am brilliant radiance.
Oh yeah? Well, whatever you say bounces off me and sticks to you. 'Cause I'm rubber and you're glue, I forgot that part.
Take that knife in your hand and slit your throat.
What?
You sit in lectures for so much of the day you cannot always be climbing with your feet horizontally. That's what I'm saying, like... Doesn't the Fitbit know you got stuff to do?
You don't have to listen to her. You're armed. Just steel your nerves, step forward, and end this.
So what did we do before? Resist her completely, or refuse to pledge yourself. I don't know if we did this right.
Oh, we'll end this all right.
Your hand lifts the blade and brings it towards your...
Okay. It's slay yourself or slay the princess.
No, you can't just slay yourself. You're
We have
perfectly
to.
healthy and capable, and all you have to do is ignore her. And
You're right, the
do what
Voice of the
has to be
Broken really
done.
enjoys this. Voice of the Broken loves this. Voice of the Broken is like, ooh, maybe she's gonna step on us. What if she tells us to kneel again? That would be so cool. Oh boy, I sure hope she says a mean thing to us, like, you're so small and insignificant, and I'm big and large.
The blade and the hand that wields it remain firmly locked in place until you change your mind and decide to do literally anything else.
No, we have to die.
Look at you quaking against my will.
Quacking against your
An
will.
ant defying a god.
No, we're a bird.
It's pointless to resist. In the end, everything submits to oblivion.
In the end, nothing really matters. I
you're
tried
not
so
the one
hard
resisting me,
and got
are
so
you?
far.
There's something else in there.
Quack. Duck emoji triggers the quack. Shoebill does not trigger any sounds, sadly. Tragically.
Is that a person? No.
Is that a person?
It
No, we're a
used to be
bird.
person.
A birdson.
It's something different now. An echo.
Uh-oh.
Is she talking about you?
I don't know what she's talking about.
That's
Birdson.
impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you?
See? I told you she would call us small.
A shriveling little worm
Blam.
stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
Even a worm will turn.
No. What are you talking about? I'm just...
Worms can do all sorts of
I
stuff.
don't care what you are. You're mine.
What do you mean? Hello?
You bring the blade to your neck. You slice through soft flesh,
Oh, this is new.
severing veins and arteries. Your blood flowing freely down your body. It's a painful lesson in obedience, but the pain won't last forever.
Damn.
No,
Wait,
no,
this is
no, no,
cool.
no,
This
no,
game
no.
rules so hard.
When I see you again,
Did we kill...
you'll free me from my chains.
Huh?
And deliver me to the destiny that lies beyond this place.
Hoa?
We will. I promise.
Hey, Broken, shut up.
I know you will.
How's she floating like that, though? Her toes aren't even touching the ground.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Apotheosis. I don't know what that word means.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path... Oh, let me guess. And at the end of the path is a cabin.
Broken really said yes. Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me?
Broken says yes, mistress.
Come on, man. We can see it right in front of us. And besides, we've been here like, what, 5 times already?
This is the third, I think, for this group of headmates.
I think this is 3.
Yeah.
Who cares? The woods are always the worst part anyway. Nothing ever happens in them.
Joke's on you, turn around and all sorts of cool stuff happens in the woods.
I care. Every single time you've been here, it means an entire other reality.
Contrarian, I love you. I
Oblivion.
also love the Contrarian.
One reality is already an incalculable loss. And there is a massive difference between 3 and
I don't know if I
5.
could rank all the voices, but Contrarian's definitely up there.
Feels like the numbers getting thrown around here are too big not to
I'm
be
exploded.
abstract. Numbers like 5.
5.
Numbers like entire realities. At the end of the day, it's
That's
all
not
just
what numbers are.
silly, isn't it? None of us can count to a whole reality, and he's asking us to think about the difference between 3 and 5.
I think when you count to a whole reality, it's 1. Because it's a whole.
You're already starting to lose the thread. Just because you can't personally sum up the contents of an entire reality doesn't mean that the people inhabiting it don't contain moral value.
Are there
If you have
people in
any
these
sense of
realities?
ethics left in there, if you have any
I thought it
moral
was just
compass,
us.
Please, you have to stop her.
I thought this was a space outside of the reality. Like, I thought we were in, like, a fun little toy box.
Don't you get it? Might makes
Made by the
right,
narrator.
and she didn't even have to touch us last time to prove her power.
Broken. Come on, man.
So what? Just because she made us kill ourselves, we're supposed to submit to her authority without question? I knew when to surrender to our better.
Yeah.
You would have lost eventually anyway.
Hello, Raid. Hello, hello, hello,
Would
hello, hello, hello.
only
Is that
make
Ife?
things worse.
Is that Lumbler? The Lumbler real? Hello, 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 hello. Did you having a fun Splatoon? Did you having a fun Slalom? Did you get Joe? Did you hit him with eggs until he died big style? Did you chill so hard? Did you listen to 1 million Toho songs? Weird,
She's Hawasin and Hawasin is Hawasin says he's Nut Smasher or Nut Smasher.
Is it Nut Smasher, Nut Smasher, or Nut Smasher? I assume the latter. I assume it's Nut Smasher. Because if it was Nuts Space Masher, then you would just be making a peanut butter. Saw someone named Nut Smasher? It's gotta be the last one. I mean, yeah. It's gotta be Nut Smasher. Smashing nuts. ABC, always be smash those nuts. Nobody mashes nuts unless they're making peanut butter, but nobody makes peanut butter unless they're a machine that makes peanut butter, in which case you wouldn't be playing Slalom and Run or being on twitch.tv. Hey, Streaky Bug, incredible cat bug emote. But it would be fun if the other one. I'm gonna Google real quick. Can you mash a nut? Adding toasted nuts to mash or boil. They want me to create an account for the American Homebrewers Association forum, and I don't want to. Making beer with toasted filbert nuts. I toasted, then pulsed in a food processor to a fine meal consistency. Should I add the mash or the boil? I haven't used nut before in recipe, so I'm clueless as to when and where to incorporate it. But you're a machine that streams. I'm not a machine that mashes nuts. If you're a machine that plays salmon and makes peanut butter, then you're like a multi-purpose. You'll love your bow. Thank you. It's from the wheel spun it and then it landed on bow. Same hat. Homebrew your 3DS. It's so easy to do it. Hack your 3DS. It's the easiest in the world. I did it. I'd say neither and use extract like Rouge does this for their multi-award winning hazelnut beer. Yeah, I realize that doesn't answer your question. Thanks, Denny. Dwayne Brubama says, I wish I knew which of the extracts taste good versus the ones that taste like chemicals. 512 Brewing does a pecan porter. The clone recipe says roast pecans in the 350 oven for 15 minutes, checking every 5 min. Once deemed aromatic. Coarse chop them in a food processor and add them to the mash grains. Iraq RPH says, I will begin with the caveat that I have not used any of these in beer, but I have bought about a dozen different flavorings from Apex Flavors so far to use for home soda and seltzer making, and I have been happy with everything I've used to date. My only complaint is that some of the flavors seem very focused. Wait. Not that one. Focused. I'm gonna learn my hands. For lack of a better term. For example, pineapple is very much sweet pineapple, so it helps to add a touch of orange or lemon to liven it up. I also use boysenberry or black currant, and this dude asked about putting nuts in his beer, and Iraq is coming in here saying, like, you can get pineapple or boysenberry too, or apples and lemons, and black currant for berries. I spend more time dialing in the amount of citric acid or sweeteners in my sodas than the flavoring. This guy's not even making beer. He's making soda. Forums are incredible. Hold on. We need to bring forums back, because, like, look at this. Hopden's just like, listen, I'm trying to make beer with nuts. And, like, everybody's in here, like,
hey everyone,
just use extracts, man. And
just bought A05, 600R and finally put 300 miles on it.
Root beer.
I've just been starting to try some wheelies with it.
This guy's just like,
We do
listen.
clutch wheelies and every time he smash me nuts on the gas
Bro
tank.
did not answer the question.
Anyone know what I'm doing wrong? Me balls are talking a huge beating.
Me balls.
You have to pull over after a wheelie to rest them.
Well, the problem is that you were hanging out with Nut Smasher. This guy says, I want to make beer with nuts. Should I add the nuts to the mash or boil? First guy says, don't you do any of those, you idiot. Use an extract. Another unrelated person's like, I wish I knew what extracts taste good. Does answer the question, says, this person, they say, I've seen a recipe that says add it to the mash. Great, question answered. This guy comes in, not even talking about the first question, talking about a reply, who said, like, man, I wish I knew which extracts taste good. And is just like, okay, so I don't make beer. I'm not talking about nuts. I know extracts. Forget the OG question. I'm going to tell you that you can get pineapple extracts. You could get boysenberry extracts. You could get black currant extracts. And then Hopden is like, listen, buddy, I can't use the extracts. I have the nuts. They're toasted and ground. I just need to know to mash or boil. Please, please. Lady Magnolia in my neck of the woods uses roasted pecans in the mash of their pecan brown ale. Conversely, I hear Abita uses extract in their pecan beer. Both are solid, but LM is a better beer. With all flavor addition beers, I think it's best to add the flavors in different ways at different times during the process. That's not an answer! So I'd add the nuts in the mash. And either dry nut or use extract at bottling. Okay, that's an answer. We just had to stick it out. Everybody click that link, by the way. Go to twitch.tv.twitch.tv.twitch.tv/lemosPhoenix website, and you can go there and you can see a good time and you can have a good time and you can live, laugh, love, just like people are always putting on their walls with a decal or a sign. Some kind of extract expert. I wonder if that guy just like searches every forum for the word extract just to give an opinion. So asking questions on the internet core, I know I'm harping on it and I'm poking at it and I'm shouting at it, but I love things like, I love just forum conversations like that with all of my heart. All of those people in that forum are my best friends now.
Oh, for the love of...
I love
Can
you,
all please just
Hopden.
get
I
on
love
with
you,
it?
Denny. I love
You're not
you,
making this any
Extract
easier for
Sky.
yourselves.
He's Hawasin and Hawasin. He's Hawasin says hi for me, hi for me, hi for me, hi for me,
He who me, he who me, he who me, he who me, he who me, he who me, he who me, he who me, he who me,
hi for me, hi for me, don't you, don't you, don't you, don't you, don't you, don't you,
don't you, don't you, don't you, don't you, don't you, don't you, don't you, don't you. I forget what comes after that. At some point it goes, Iya-san, Iya-san. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Eins, zwei, guten Morgen. Iaru. Beach.
Do we even have agency?
Anyway,
right now?
anybody who's crumbing
We
on our
either do
raid,
what
we're
she
just
wants,
slaying the
or we
princess
do
or
what
not.
he wants. Either way, we're listening to
You know that song, Tell Me the Name? Marissa Stole the Precious Thing by Iosis. Toho classics of the internet. Why, miss you a lot forever. Iranai wa, sonna maho. Something.
Please, nothing in life is a binary. Obviously, we find a third choice that nobody wants.
Thank you, Contrarian. Everybody please take this to heart. Nothing in life is binary. Find a third choice that nobody wants.
You all talk about choices and freedom, but there
Don't
is
take this
no
to heart.
choice when it comes to the will.
Broken
of a
is an
god.
idiot who doesn't know anything. Broken is an idiot who just wants the princess to step on him.
I'm going to cut you off right there. She is not a god, and the more times you fail, the
She's
harder it
literally
becomes
just
for
a
you to succeed.
lady.
But the fact that you're still here means you still have a chance to pull this off. So, princess, dangerous, cabin, slay, now.
Slay. We could run away. Wait, can we?
Hawassin says Mira binary heart tear each other apart growing from the same stem they were us. We were them on a cost to collide is his strength not too high. Let the politics decide you're not a friend.
You're not their friend. That one sounds almost familiar, but also not familiar. It's familiar, but not too not familiar. Will the narrator ever tell us what we are?
As you finish your inane question, the ground quakes beneath your feet. You feel an unyielding force pulling at you and your surroundings. The trees start to sway and then crumble, breaking apart as everything is drawn towards the cabin.
The trees start to sway.
Even the earth
Binary
beneath
Star
you
by
seems to shift,
Sawano.
your feet unable to grip
I don't
solid
know if I've
ground
heard
as
that
you're
before.
dragged forward along with everything
Perhaps
else.
I have. Perhaps I forgot. Perhaps it's never ever been in my ears.
The end of everything. The beginning of something new. The moment we open that door.
Y'all think this is normal?
Free.
She will be free. I was gonna play this on stream, but I scroll down and first of all, it's got like a cover that looks like an actual song cover, and it says provided to YouTube by Sony Music. I think this will get me in trouble if I play it. I am listening to it though. I don't think I've ever heard it. New sounds for my ears.
Any words of warning?
Run.
You already know everything you need to know. As you step forward,
What y'all think the
explodes.
princess is gonna look like for apotheosis?
Flung backwards, violently slamming into a tree.
This is the one that looks like an egg in the silhouette. But I have a feeling perhaps she's not gonna look like an egg. The end of something. Witness your better's ascension.
You watch.
Oh!
Paralyzed awe and terror as the princess emerges, her body unfurling from some vast space as she stands upright to face you.
Hi!
The world bows to her. The ruined landscape shifts, trees and stone and the ground itself succumbing to her gravity, orbiting her like a great black hole.
I don't know if this one's normal. Whistling it all the time at work. Whistle while you work, or if you work, you'll whistle.
Finally, the little bird has
Smash! Gosh, you can't be saying this. She's too big.
Going to end
She'll smash you.
is always how it
Hey,
was
Sean.
going to begin.
This was always how it was going to end, and this is always how it was going to begin.
There's a loud thump
Oh,
from the tree
or a
behind you
knife.
as something embeds in its shattered bark.
At least this one is like
Blade. It's
a
now
regular woman. Like a normal woman you would go see at a grocery store. Take the blade, embrace your new goddess. Hey, funny one, didn't you say something about a third option? Ooh, I want to know that. What's our third option that everybody would hate?
Well, we could always run away, right?
Oh, we could. Always seems like we come at an insane plot point. This whole game is insane plot points.
To where? I don't know. Anywhere.
We could
You're
run.
all ruining the moment of her ascension. Have you no respect for the divine?
Hey, Broken? Shut up. I just kind of want to see what goes on. Let's flee.
A coward to your core, you turn to flee, leaping from the piece of floating debris and into the empty space beyond where the woods used to be.
Are we just jumping into space?
This isn't cowardice, this is a calculated move.
I can't calculate for beans.
Can it be a bit of both? I'd be lying if I said I wasn't just a little afraid of her.
Are you so awestruck by my glory that you cannot bear to look at me? I think not.
Well, bye.
As you fall, a great force pulls
Wait.
at the back of your neck, violently yanking you away from whatever lack of destination you were headed towards.
But I want to go there.
Now witness me.
Stop asking me to do that.
Yes, your grace.
No.
She
Ah.
turns you to face her. The scruff
Jump
of
scare.
your neck is held firmly between two giant fingers.
My scruff.
So much for running away.
I forgive you your transgressions, but my destiny is inescapable.
Girl, you gotta let go.
She's right, we don't even have a weapon. It's over, isn't it?
And yet she still extends her mercy.
Buddy.
We should do as she says. Why are you all resisting in the first place?
Buddy. I guess we're embracing our new goddess.
So much for spiting her. Spiting him it is.
Good. I can feel your heart opening to mine.
What's that mean?
Her words are like a gentle tug, drawing you closer to the mountain of her body.
Girl, you're too big. How are we gonna... We're gonna go on a all-you-can-eat seafood date and you're not even gonna be able to fit inside of the establishment.
You land softly on her shoulder.
We're gonna have to do outside seating.
Comforting.
And then the seagulls are gonna steal our crab.
Is it the end? We're still here.
I could go for some crab right now, actually. Shrimp. Calamari.
Everything is gone but us and her. This is her power.
This is her power.
This is where we're meant to be.
He's really
So
gone.
true, Nightbot.
Huh, that's unexpected. But he would have said something by now if he were still here.
If I was the
Right.
narrator, I would be narrating.
Yeah. Never knew when to shut up, that one. It's part of why I liked him so much. I can't believe all it took to make him disappear was saying no once. What happens now?
This world is but an illusion, keeping us from my ascension. A play of shadows dancing on the wall.
The princess reaches forward into the textured nothing and buries her fingers in its divine flesh. Her touch is soft.
The flame may be snuffed, but the wall remains. This isn't just for my glory. You are a part of this now.
Part of what?
See? This is nice. We're safe. She's helping us. She's helping everyone.
Is this a toxic relationship? Ugh. Her grip tightens, and somehow you feel it. The pain sits at the limits of your comprehension, like an endless sea of hands falling on you, one after another, before finally collapsing in on themselves. You lose yourself in the darkness. Wait, did the hands grab us instead of her? You think every interaction with the princess is a toxic relationship? But what about, especially the poorly drawn anime one? What about the one where we just fight each other and it rules? Where she loves to punch and we love to punch and we just punch each other so good. What about, Did you answer your own question? What about the one where it's the witch? What about the one where it's the witch, where like we made our, or the specter, where she's a ghost, where it's like we made our mistakes, but we're making amends and we're growing as people, and we go outside together? Whoa. Scream in unintelligible agony. You have to stop this. I can't take it. You're hurting me. Or suffer in silence. Let's go with, you're hurting me.
It will be over soon, little bird.
Ow.
Then your eyes will open, and all of this pain will seem but the fading memory of a distant dream.
Soon? Soon? Does that mean there's gonna be more?
Owie.
My only comfort is that he isn't here to see us suffer. He would love that, wouldn't he?
Ow, wow, wow. Ow. The textured nothing is ripped open, and with it, you are ripped open. Amid a sea of dissociative pain, you can feel everything that is you pouring out into the ether. And you feel something else, too. Anger. A need to lash out and hurt that which is hurting you.
Yes. Hurt her. Do something, anything, to make it stop.
Violence begets violence.
No. If suffering is what she demands of us, suffering is what we'll give.
Ow.
It is so tempting to see what's on the other side of that great big nothing, but
I think we are the great big
lose
nothing.
myself if this goes on for much longer. Why do we
I'm
have
gonna
to be the ones
lose
going
myself
through all
in the
this
music
pain
the
while she gets all
moment.
the
You better
benefits?
never let it go. You only got one shot. Do not miss your chance. Should flow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime.
Blasphemer.
We
Blasphemer.
have been given the gift of offering ourselves to a higher purpose, and you spit in its face.
Yeah. Suffer in the darkness alone. Make her suffer with you. Taking her down with us, thank you. Kill the broken. Real. Broken needs to get over it. Ah! My existence. This is the channel of Ify. Hello, this is the chatter of Asmund. Welcome in. I hope you are having it's Monday. Our arms have just unraveled, and I think perhaps we've unraveled some of the princess too. Thank you, Kai. Ew. Ify is a really cool stream. I don't know about that. You need to get that paper peer reviewed. Relief as a massive burden is lifted from you. You are in one piece. You are in your body. Your eyes open. Before you is the massive form of the princess, arms bound by the textured nothing. Behind her, a hole in the world, leading into something beyond, something beautiful. Yo, what's out there? Look! How do we get in there? I misread that for a second. That said I thought it just said we're all pairs, and I was so ready to be like, hell yeah, we're all pairs. in this fruit salad of life we're all peer reviewing right now. I'm peer reviewing it. I agree. I'm gonna need a pear review, please. Everyone, please eat a pear and tell me if it tastes good.
I knew it! That old windbag was hiding all kinds of
God, I wish I
secrets
had
from
fruit
us.
salads so
There's
bad.
a whole world out there.
Will you take a tomato review? It is a fruit. We'll take it. Go eat a tomato. Cannibalize it.
I don't know what to say. It's just so
Important
beautiful.
lesson number 73. Any isekai is garbage.
Correct, and I will never stop reading them.
Doesn't the mere sight make all the misery worth it?
I think the broken needs help. You're having a mac and cheese review? God, I wish that were me. I had such a dinner before stream. I ate a delicious pasta and a couple taquitos because it was a small bowl of pasta. Best you could do is one of those bubble fruit cups. I feel betrayed by the bubble fruit cups because when I bought one, it made it seem like it was a fruit cup with like actual boba in it, like boba, like tapioca pearls. But then when I ate it, it was like the popping bubbles. And I'm like, this is just, you just put circles in here, but not the circles that I want. I will stick to my regular style fruit cups, I think. I'll send you a mac and cheese. Thank you.
It's not all that.
What did you do to me? I was supposed to be perfect. I was supposed to be a god.
No bunnies, sorry, po buddies nerfect.
All because of you.
You make it so good. Oh shit, you got a special recipe? You got a special mac and cheese recipe? Does it have ingredients in it? Do you put mustard in there? The popping ones are your favorite boba circles. I'm a tapioca truther. Give me those classic pearls of boba, please. I need to chew on them. I need to chew on them so bad. I gotta be gnawing on those balls, please. Poppy bubbles is just like weird film for my tongue. Can't chew on that. It just disappears into nothing. You've not done mustard. Put a honey mustard in that mac and cheese. I also appreciate a jelly. I do like a nice tea with some jelly. Gnawing on those what? Those tapioca pearls. Those boba balls. Boba balls. Boba balls. Bobas? Boba bubby bubbles. Bubby bubba bubbles. Gotta chew on them. 'Cause that's what they're there for. Oh, now that it's getting warmer, I could start making boba again. You can just buy those guys freeze-dried, the boba pearls. You could buy freeze-dried tapioca pearls, and then you just like boil them in some sugar water for a little bit, and they turn into regular style boba. And they taste good, and you can put them in any of your beverages. Like a iced coffee or a tea of any kind. And you don't even have to leave your house or spend more money than what you spent on the little packet in the first place. Do not get the microwave boba, though. Bad idea. She looks up with futile sorrow at the something beautiful that sits beyond. We can still go there.
We could have had everything. If only you had given me a little more, we could have been free on the wings of my glory. Now we're stuck here. Forever.
But at least we're stuck here together.
I, for one, am perfectly happy to be stuck here forever.
Oh, hi,
It's more than
Harvey.
worth it if that's the price we paid for taking her
What's up?
down a peg.
You want to do a big meow? You want to do a little meow? What? Hi, you're small. Harvey says meow. You try not to buy things that go in the microwave. Couldn't be me. I am constantly microwaving things. I will buy those little steamer microwave lunches and put them in there for 6 minutes and then eat them. I will buy a Marie Callender's pot pie. Those things are so good. 6 minutes in the microwave. And they've got protein and vegetables and flavor and taste in them. Noticing she's not well dressed currently. Those ribbons with eyeballs are probably not very warm. I know, and they also are not like very secure. They look like they will fall off with a stiff breeze. Microwave is so cool. Your special little magic water boiler. See, that's the thing. Like, I feel like I should use it to boil water, but I have other devices for boiling water. Recently, I'm not usually a, you buy some things that go in the microwave, like hot dogs. That's true. But hot dogs can also go in pans. Hot dogs go in microwave when I'm lazy, but they go in pan when I want to get a nice dog. I'm not usually a fan of things connecting to the internet that don't need to connect to the internet. But what I did do is I recently bought a water kettle that you can start the boiling from an app via Wi-Fi. And that is great because you can start the water boiling while you're in bed. And then when it's time to get out of bed, you can make a coffee immediately. Oh, that's all the microwave does. The ways are designed to heat water molecules. That's how you heat things. That is true. That is how it heat things. That's why if things aren't microwaving good, just splash some water on that bad boy and it help. Wi-Fi water. You're so into this princess. She's so normal. She's literally extremely normal. I'm trying to think what I buy a lot of, as a person who lives by themselves and has to only cook for one person at a time, it's me, I'm only cooking for me. I would not survive without frozen foods and microwave foods because, like, even if you cook something, you gotta microwave the leftovers. That was a kettle you said? Yeah, like a water boiler, like a water heater kettle. Like a, the kind that you like plug into an outlet and it's got a little base and then like a little pitcher, and the pitcher you put on the base and there's buttons and you could like choose the temperature. Electric kettles are supreme, yes. I also do have a, just a hot water dispenser that's constantly primed at 195 degrees, which I use for teas and sometimes if I'm doing instant coffee. But, I have to... I used to have a water kettle at my desk at work because my desk is not anywhere near the kitchen area. So it's a big hassle to have to like go all the way upstairs into the other corner of the office just to like boil some water for coffee and tea, especially when I'm drinking so much tea and coffee every day. So I had one at my desk, and then the person, the like HR person was like, we can't do that. We can't have a big old water kettle at a desk. It's a safety hazard. I said, fair enough. That one's fair enough. And so instead I started using just like a little thermos. It's like a little thermos that you can plug in to an outlet, and it heats basically like 1 cup of water at a time. And I said, surely that's fine on account of its small. On account of it's small and does not have very much water at a time. And I just bring a water bottle from home and I fill it up whenever I need a cup. But in my department, there is a snitch. In my department, there is one person who wants to kill everyone's fun. Who wants to say like, we have a rule in the office, you're not allowed to wear headphones. So many other people just wear headphones anyway because nobody cares. But this person, if they see you doing anything even remotely against the rules, they don't even like confront you about it. They snitch all the way up the ladder. And so then you get a passive-aggressive email a few days later that's like, remember, you're not allowed to wear headphones in the office, even though it doesn't like matter at all. And so I was using my little kettle for a little bit, and then you get an email that's like, remember, you're not allowed to have anything, no kettles, no heaters, no nothing at your desk. And I said, this is fucking bullshit. Kill is correct. This fucking garbage bullshit. That's... You want me to just leave my desk for like 20 minutes at a time because I have to go all the way upstairs and then sit there and then turn on the kettle and wait for the water to boil? Do you know how much work there is to be done? I don't have time for that. You're not taking my tea away from me. It's the only thing that gets me through the second half of the day. So what I'm doing now is I'm just literally pre-boiling water and bringing it to work with me in a thermos. I'm bringing a thermos full of boiled water with me, and the thermos is really good, so it stays super hot until, like, I bring it in at 8 a.m. It stays hot until, like, 3 or 4 p.m. But it's so bullshit that I have to do this. Like, how is carrying around a thermos of boiling water better than just having a little kettle that I can heat it up at my desk? I don't understand. I don't understand. And this person can't say shit about my thermos of boiling water because it's not against the rules. I'm allowed to do this. I'm allowed to carry around dangerously hot quantities of water with me. I have to quit this job. I have to quit this job,
No,
but I
how
also
do we
have
get
to
it
pay
back?
rent.
Can we try again? We'll suffer so
I like
much
having
better
money
if
and
we
being
get
able to
try
buy
again,
things
I
like new
promise.
Nintendo Switch when it comes out, and Mikuzaku and makeshift plushies, but I hate having to wear a hat that sings to me. Why can't I just wear headphones? Why do we live in a world? Why do we live in a society?
It's so cold here. If this wasn't enough, then what is?
Listen, girl, sure you missed your chance to become a god, but at least you don't have to carry boiling water with you. At least you can wear headphones whenever you want. I like how many hands there has to be to grab her because she's so big. Anyway, moral of the story is, there's always a loophole, probably. But you don't get the opportunity to try again. Something has taken her away. And it's left something else in her place.
She's gone. Where does she go?
A window to the unknown.
Should we
Become
try and
shackled
find
to a
her?
divine being.
And is that a mirror? Why is it here?
We have to go into the
Why
mirror
now?
now, okay?
I'm begging you, don't do this.
We gotta. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. Yeah, don't look at it. I don't like that.
We gotta. Alright, here's the question. Should we continue getting the regular style ending princesses that we haven't seen yet? Or should we try the thing where it's like I think it's like you get one princess and then you leave every time after that.
I don't want to look at us.
I think that's a thing. Right? There's... Or... The 5 stages of grief. On the 2nd/3rd chapter of each loop, refuse to go to the cabin. There's so many endings. On the 1st chapter. Okay, so actually we can't. We have to turn around at chapter 2 every time. It's you! You are alone in a place that is empty. It's quiet here. Whoa. That's not what I thought she was gonna look like. You are at the cabin.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Yeah? Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Okay. Send me back.
Nothing, as we are. There is no exit. Bring
Send me back.
more perspectives.
Large lady, send me back.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
You won't. I will. Everything goes dark and you die.
You're on a path in the woods.
Sometimes when you cut something out of you, a piece leaves with it. Peace be with ye. I think that's... Whoa. How did we... We did the razor. It looks like there are... It looks like there's multiple razor endings. But they both lead to only one razor. It's either, you either get the heart or the razor. But I don't... Or maybe this is the heart. Maybe that's heart-shaped. Is that what we need? I like how this guide that I'm looking at does call the tower Mommy Vessel. Mommy Vessel or Goddess Vessel. The other thing we gotta do is the prisoner. Let's try that one. I think that's this.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Normal.
You make your way up. A warning. She will... We're not going to ignore.
Normal. This one is we have to do everything you can
is almost entirely bare.
to save the princess,
The air is
warn her
stale and
resist,
musty,
but
and the floor and walls are painted
we have to
in a
take the
fine
blade.
The blade.
The blade. We save to be safe. We save a safe. We take the blade.
You take the blade from the table.
What you doing,
It'd be
Pit-Pat?
rather difficult to slay the princess
You
and save the
sitting?
world without it.
Pit-Pat update. She is sitting.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly. Her voice.
Who's...
She said, "Don't let..."
We've done this.
Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down. She's focus on the task.
And there you are.
Girl, this time,
Are
you're
you
not gonna
gonna
believe
kill
this.
me or
We're not
something?
even gonna kill you.
Then drop the knife.
We're literally not even gonna
We
kill
should.
you.
It'll go a long way to building trust with her. Don't you dare. It's fine.
We don't even need this knife
Blade
anymore.
tumbles out.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just... talk.
We can talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed.
It's literally normal and allowed to do this.
We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
How I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
Yes, we can.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then.
We can find it.
Well,
Her sharp eyes settle on. She isn't. She is.
oh.
Don't worry about it. We're
have
getting you out of
decided
here.
What to do with me?
You know why you're here.
We're here to save the princess.
Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Sure it is.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the...
I'll be here.
We're gonna find the key, except we're
You
not
attempt
because
to
we
make
can never
someone
get the
else-
key because the door is closed and we go back down, we say, sorry,
You
no
make your
key.
way back to the bottom of the stairs. Easier for her, easier for everyone.
I
Easier
heard the door
for
slam.
everyone.
The knife.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Let's save you, princess.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm.
This is
just
exactly
above
how
the
my cats
massive,
look at me when it's
unyielding chain.
near their dinner time.
You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess
Have we
turns
not
to
done
face
this
you,
route in a hot
fierce
minute?
gaze meeting your eye.
I feel like we did the damsel route like a million times.
How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
That's her right hand. So I hope she's left-handed. Or
Thank you.
ambidextrous.
Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let us the princess... Wait, watch me.
Oh, it won't let me slay her. Warn her.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges
We will not slay
forward to
this
sink the blade into her
princess.
back. But stop it.
Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you?
I'm doing my
I can
darndest.
see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
Okay.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat.
I think this is the most
Almost
reasonable
clean.
princess.
Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground.
I think this is the
blood
most normal
flowing
princess
from
of them
your
all,
butchered
honestly.
neck. This is the end, isn't it?
She just wants to get out.
I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
I think it was. Okay.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. A warning before you go any further. She will lie. She will
Warning.
cheat.
There's a
She will
princess
do
in that
everything
cabin.
Yes, yes.
Watch
that's
out.
the word. Did you just say wink out loud?
A wink.
No, I didn't. Wink.
A wink.
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
When do we get the voice of the clown? I think the voice of the clown would just be telling funny puns and
The
knock
interior
jokes.
of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. The only furniture of note, the blade is your...
We take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. Good idea.
We enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open. Reveal her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
I wonder what visitors she could be referring to. Are we not the first? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
She
looks
got
up at you,
so many
the heavy collar around her neck
shackles.
clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus. as
Blood
she
on
adjusts
claw,
her
blood on
hands in her
beak,
lap.
scent of beloved prey could flow through veins and into feet. I don't think that's how smells work. I don't think smells go into your feet. I think they pretty much stay in your nose. Maybe they can go to your lungs.
Should we be worried about the one around her neck?
Nah.
Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your
Yeah,
job
probably.
easier.
It does rhyme, though. It does rhyme, though. Scent of beloved prey flows through your veins as your heart beats. But I guess you're rhyming with beak. Seek? Through your veins flows the scent of the prey you seek, but then you lose beloved.
Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything
Roses
seems
are
to
red,
serve its
violets
safe
are
purpose,
blue.
there would be something so
I've slayed a
obviously
princess,
useless.
or perhaps a two. Welcome in, I hope you are having a Monday. Or a
What an
Tuesday,
interesting
if it's
development.
already Tuesday
Why
in
don't
your
you have a
zone.
seat? The two of us should chat
The
before
air we
you bury
breathe
that
flows in
thing
our
my
bloodstream
heart.
eventually, though, and our circulatory system does exist in our feet. Doesn't it? I don't know if there's blood in my feet. I guess, like, because oxygen go in your blood. That's a fact. But air don't go in your blood on account of if that happens, you have a heart attack. If you have air in your blood, you might die, I think. Is there a doctor on this plane who can confirm or deny? Air go in your feet? Smell, and what of a smell? A smell is not the air, a smell is the particles in the air. So does the particles go in your blood too? If a smell enters your body, but your nose doesn't smell it, is it ever really a smell? We have to slay the princess here. But maybe we can sit with her a little bit first.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
Hello.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
Why?
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon.
Oh, yeah.
Might as well put her at ease.
If you think about it, butterflies smell with their feet. I think. Someone said that once. Sit where you were told to sit. What happens if we sit closer? We could be friends.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Let's have a sit. Let's have a sit with the princess. I don't know how to sit where we can also see the subtitles. Carbon dioxide, a waste of product of cellular respiration, circulates through your body via the bloodstream. So shouldn't other particles too? But carbon dioxide, our body makes it. Our body doesn't make the smells we smell, right? Carbon dioxide, like we breathe the oxygen. Our lungs go, yum, 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 love that oxygen, gonna put that all up in the blood. And then it goes to our heart, and then our heart says, yum, 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 we're taking that oxygen and we're turning it into carbon monoxygen, and we're gonna put you right in the lungs again. And then we're gonna exhale it out of you. I think that's how science works, maybe. It's perhaps, I'm realizing now, been a hot minute since I've taken a science class of any kind. But here's the thing. Our body makes carbon dioxide. Our body does also make smells. So who's to say there can't be smells in the blood? But it wouldn't be the smells of our prey, it would be the smells of us, I think. You asked Google the right question, it said, yes, odorants, the molecules that cause smell, can enter the bloodstream through inhalation, oral ingestion, or even through the skin, and they can then circulate throughout the body. My blood smells like Baja Blast. What does Baja Blast smell like? I know that's the special Taco Bell drink. I've had it in the past. I don't go to Taco Bell very often, which is insane because, like, it's unusual the amount that I don't go to Taco Bell. I've maybe been to Taco Bell. Smells like green chemicals. Oh, I do love smell of green. Smell of blue. Smell of red. It really just feels like all things that aren't oxygen should just get dissolved in the lungs. Like, there should be little guys with lasers in there being like, oh, you just smelled a delicious flower? I'm zapping that. If it didn't go into the stomach tubes, then you don't belong here. Zap, zap. Zapping all the smells out of your blood. Just like Osmosis Jones. Literally just like Osmosis Jones. They got lasers in there. They got a whole society. They're zapping the smells out of your lungs and into your heart. I'm literally trying to remember the last time I ate Taco Bell, and it might be... It might be like 10 years ago. The problem with me is I only ever go out. I like very, very rarely go out to eat on my own. I usually go out to eat with other people. Like, I will never just get takeout for myself. But if I'm hanging with friends and it's like, oh yeah, let's go grab something. I guess just nobody ever wants to get Taco Bell. Perhaps because there's just too many actual Mexican restaurants around here. People would rather just get a real burrito instead of the fast food style. You're happy the narrator's poetry is biologically accurate?
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
I don't know if the narrator knows what he's talking about. He sure says a lot of words. I got no intentions. I'm head empty right now.
Yes, your intentions.
Intentions.
You have a knife. What are you going to do with it?
I was planning
Why
on
are you
doing
here?
some sick knife tricks where I like spin it around real cool, maybe like stab between my fingers so that it looks like I'm gonna stab my fingers, but then I don't.
There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, so I'm afraid my only way out is surgical removal.
You could break them.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck?
You could break the schmackles.
Or does she think she'd survive a beheading?
She might.
You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her.
If you don't have anything important in your head, you could cut it off and it'll be okay.
Unless she really could survive.
Maybe her brain is in her stomach.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
Unfortunately, it is, because that's the ending we haven't gotten yet. But just for the sake of conversation, did you want me to cut off your head?
No, no. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
Oh.
But she would have to cut her head off, right?
Is that
She can't
allowed?
be suggesting that. She certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't. Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you.
But like, even if she has the knife, what would she do? we can just walk outside of the reach of her chains unless she wants to throw it at us, and then if she misses, then we just have it again.
She isn't bluffing. Whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good
She's
for
literally
us.
just a normal girl.
So, what should we do? I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons. Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you.
Nah, she wouldn't do that.
Great. What about the pros? There are none.
Pros are she could do some sick knife tricks, like spin it around real big, and stab it between her fingers all cool, like she's gonna stab her fingers, but she doesn't because she's cool about it.
The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. And whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
We're just gonna slay the princess.
I am not a damsel to be helplessly murdered.
Usually damsels is, I guess, kidnapped or saved or tied to railroad tracks or put on one of those machines that saws logs in half. Whoa.
As you move to strike the princess, she stands, her chains clinking as she wraps them around her fists.
Girl, we have to.
In an instant, they around your neck, both of you dropping to the ground as she pulls them taut, bracing her body against yours as you struggle uselessly.
Ow?
Drop it, or you die.
I thought this was going to be a safe move, but she's going to kill us. Just listen to her, do what she says. How many times did I warn you she's not to be trusted? But while strangulation can be very distracting, she's not armed, and you have your pristine blade.
We do have our pristine
End
blade.
her before she ends you.
Slay the
You
princess.
steel your will and refuse to give in to the princess's demands, ignoring the stars dancing in your eyes and the screaming of your starved lungs. You strike. You fumble your first few attempts, only making surface-level scratches and gouges as your arm flails forward, barely able to obey you.
Girl, just let me stab you.
But a single focused
Just
blow was
once.
all it
There we
took.
go.
Your blade pierces up through her ribs, slicing through flesh, striking her heart. The chains loosen. The darkness creeping in at the edges of your vision subsides.
None of this was ever very fair, was it?
No, it
But I
wasn't.
did kill you last time. I should have expected you might want some petty revenge.
An eye for an eye makes the whole world stabbed.
Unfortunately for you, that means you've dug your own grave.
Huh?
You can forget about me ever helping you again, even if it damns us both.
And just like that, the princess is slain and the
Coldly
world is
rational.
saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward. Yippee! I don't like this. It was too easy. It was not too easy. We almost died.
Yeah, we got chain scrangled.
That's right. This was an incredibly difficult task, and you performed it admirably. Let's just get out of here. I don't like looking at her body. Plus, he said there'd be a reward. I'd appreciate a reward right about now. You have the attention span of a fly. How are we supposed to unravel the mysteries of this place if you're so easily distracted by empty promises?
Mysteries.
It's better to have a short attention span in a situation like this. There's no use dwelling on the past, especially when it's already set in stone.
You could change the past. If you use time to travel.
And especially when your promised reward is not, in fact, empty and is worth all the adversity you've been through to get here. Fine. But if we're leaving, then we're taking the blade. I feel exposed without it. With your work done, you remove the blade from the princess's corpse and make your way back upstairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. You can think of it as sealing yourself off from an unpleasant chapter of your life. It's all uphill from here.
It's all coming up Ivy.
The windows. Do you see that? We used to be able to see the outside world from up here, but now it's just empty.
That's just the quiet. It's the long
The door.
quiet.
Check the door.
I'm still very
Open the cabin
confused
door,
that, like,
ready to return to a world saved from certain
aren't
doom.
we the long quiet, but also this zone is the long quiet?
Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
Is this the first time you're all that's left of the world now? That's true, we killed change. I don't know if the narrator's ever been in the long quiet before. I feel like he always disappears, like, right when we step outside.
You don't have to act surprised. We could see this vast emptiness through the windows. But if everything's gone, does that mean we're not gonna get our reward? This is your reward. An eternity of bliss, if you'll have it. And I suggest that you have it.
I don't know if this is bliss. I don't have a popsicle. I don't have any mac and cheese. Don't have an internet to go online and look at memes.
Okay. This is what's best.
I don't have any fruit gummies. I don't even have a water bottle with me. How am I supposed to stay hydrated in this eternity?
Like hell it is.
I guess we could do sick knife tricks, like spin it around real cool or stab it between our fingers really fast so that it looks like we're gonna stab our fingers, but we don't because we're really good at knife tricks. What the hell? That's what I'm saying. It's bullshit. No! Put me back into internet.
What's
No
done is
water.
done, and there's no going back now.
Literally fucked up. I'm gonna take a sippy now before I lose my shot. Before I lose my ability to drink any water ever. There isn't even a bathroom here. What if we have to go?
Time passes. You can't be sure if
There
it's
isn't a
days
bed. We
or
can't even
months
sleep
or
good. We have to
years
just
or
lay
even
on the
decades.
floor.
It's all a wonderful, boring blur.
Decades?
Decades.
No, it can't be decades. We can't
Hi,
go
Pit
along
Pat.
with this. We can't let him
Why are
win.
you small? Why are you so tiny? Who said you could be so tiny? Goodbye. Sip that water while you can. You'll need the energy for the coming days. It's true. Also, hi, Ruby. I hope you are having a mamba day. What? What? So when Harvey comes in the room, Mikey, what do I do? Get the fries. You'll need the energy in the coming days. When Harvey comes in the room to bother me, he does big meows, big meows, big meows, and then stands up and puts his paws on my leg to be like, I am touching you so that you pay attention to me. Pip Pat, when she comes into the room, she just kind of walks up next to me and then just stands there. It's a slept until 1 p.m. kind of mum day. A kind of bliss, but at what cost? The hours have shifted to outside of the schedule of norms. Feels like a day wasted, but ooh, if you're waking up at 1 p.m., you needed that sleep. What do we do here?
We still have a blade. Let's use it on ourselves and start over.
Oh, okay.
He's suggesting you kill yourself. You shouldn't kill yourself when you have an
So I
eternity.
had to
of bliss
jump in my
right
car
front of
3
you.
times kind of Monday. That's too many. Few nights of staying up till 4 a.m. will do that to you. That's too late. That's almost wake up time. Some people wake up at 5 a.m. If you're going to bed at 4 a.m., that's almost some people's wake up time. The math doesn't check out. 1 hour of sleep is not enough, except there's no way if you're going to bed at 4 a.m., you're waking up at 5. What? She is playing in the background. I keep staying up later than I should and then having a hard time to get out of bed in the morning. I got some melatonin gummies for the first. Melatonin's weird. It like sort of works for me, but sort of doesn't. It doesn't make me feel sleepy. It just makes me feel heavy. But it does help me sleep more solidly, except for some nights, I'll wake up at like 3 a.m. Just, it only lasts that long or something. I don't know, it's weird. You're supposed to wake up at 4 a.m. most days. That's too early. If you go to bed at 4 a.m. and wake up at 4 a.m., that's not even a going to bed at all. If you don't take a super small amount, you'll sleep longer than you want. I have the opposite problem. I'm not sleeping long enough. On days that I have to work, my alarm goes off in the morning, so it wakes me up. And so, like, I go to bed at a time. I wake up at, like, 7:25 a.m. to go to the office. I wish so desperately that I could sleep just, like, another hour or two. But I gotta wake up and go to work. And because go to bed at 4 a.m., wake up at 4 a.m., 24 hours straight, just sleep for a whole day, stay up for a whole day, sleep for a whole day, stay up for a whole day. The math doesn't check out because you're only supposed to sleep for a third of the day. So I guess sleep for an entire day, stay up for 2 days straight. Sleep for an entire day, stay up for 2 days straight. But because my work's got me, you'd think that, like, if you consistently wake up at an early hour, it would make you get tired earlier, but that's just not how it works. So all it's doing to me is, like, I still want to go to bed at, like, 2 a.m., and I don't get sleepy until, like, midnight at the earliest. But on the weekends, when I'm allowed to sleep in, I go like, oh, well, I can go to bed at the time that I want to sleep at. So I stay up a little later than usual, and then I go to bed, but then I still wake up at like 8 a.m. because my body's like, this is around the time when you gotta get up and get going. And it's cruel to me because I want to sleep more. Me too, Harvey. What are you meowing about? What are you meowing about? Little guy stuff? Little baby boy stuff? What? Harvey says, "Meow." I think we're gonna have to kill ourselves.
You goddamn spiteful bastard. Are you really going to turn down immortality itself just to make me lose?
Yeah.
Why should it matter if we die at this point? Haven't you already gotten what you want?
I don't have to answer that.
Don't know if you've slept 16 hours straight since being an adult. I definitely haven't done 16 hours straight. Sometimes, I think recently, like within the last month or two, I had one where I slept like 11 hours straight, and that was joyful. I needed that sleep so bad. I think 9 hours is my ideal amount of sleep, and then 10 hours is like a nice, luxurious, like, treat yourself. It's your bacchanal sleep night. Just have a nice 10 hours of sleep. I'm a very light sleeper, so like joyful, just like Lisa. Lisa the sleepful. The S in Lisa stands for sleeping. Lie down in bed, sleep all night long. That's what Lisa stands for. Joyful. I'm a very light sleeper, so like I had to build a barricade. I have to close the door to my room because I can't let the cats in my room at night because they'll meow in my face at 3 a.m. and wake me up. But that's not good enough because even with the door closed, Harvey just sticks his face into the crack in the door and meows. And my bed is as far from the door as possible in my room, but his meows are still enough to like wake me up in the middle of the night across the room through my door. So I had to build a barricade. I had to get some wire cubes and build a little like gate that adds another couple feet away from my door to keep the cats from just sticking their face under there and meowing so big. And so if they meow there, that won't wake me up, but it's a little tone deaf. Him loves this part. But like my dad's footsteps used to wake me up in the morning when I was in like high school and stuff. Literally like any change in sound will wake me up in the middle of the night. And then usually it's like I wake up and then I can just go back to bed. But I think that just means that my sleep isn't very restful, so I need more of it. You've gone to bed, gotten up, and gone to bed and gotten up for the next day all within 24 hours before. Is that not... Wait. Hold on. And it's not a nap. So if you, like, go to bed at 1 a.m. and wake up at, like, 7, and then you have a normal day, and then you're so sleepy tired and you go to bed at, like, 9 p.m., and then you have to wake up at, like, 11:30 because you have to do something crazy. You've gotten a lighter sleeper over time. I've been the lightest sleeper since the dawn of time, and I don't know if I can ever change that. You're a light sleeper. You live with so many people who are loud and do not care. It's cruel. It's literally cruel. Don't they know that sleep is so important? Don't they know? And it's like if you ask somebody, you're like, please, can you keep it down a little bit so that I can get asleep? And like maybe they do for like one night, and then like one morning they're like, okay, I'm gonna be quiet this morning, and then 2 or 3 days later they're back to like clanging pots and pans around in the morning because they don't care, and then they turn on the TV so loud and you're like, gawk darn. And they're all heavy sleepers. They just don't understand. They don't understand the suffering. It was 7 a.m. go to sleep, 4 p.m. Oh, it was shifted hours. 4 p.m. wake up, 9 p.m. go to sleep, 5 a.m. wake up. Okay. Why were you going to bed at 7 a.m.? That's my question for you. That's a wake up time. That's the time that you have to wake up, and then you're like, why am I up this early? It's not unreasonable. Some people enjoy getting up this early. You're trying to interrupt clang pots and pans time. Everybody's like, I have to make myself a scrambled egg. And then they go in the kitchen and rattle every single dish and glass they own. They get every pan and they smack it against the counter, be like, is this the pan I want to use to fry my egg? Clang. Nah, let's try this one. Clang. It's too big. Clang. Perfect size for my scrambled eggs. And then they're like, what glass do I want to drink orange juice out of? And they just shake the cabinet with all of their might, and it's just like rattle, rattle, rattle. It sounds like this. It sounds like... And you're like, please, I need a good night's sleep so I can do my activities today. I need to be able to use my brain and function at a reasonable level. And they're out there like, I'm gonna turn on the TV to sports, and they're gonna be yelling about football, and I'm gonna turn the volume up so big and loud so I can hear it from the kitchen while I scramble my eggs. But don't even worry that the TV is like in the room adjacent to yours, so you can hear it for sure through the walls. One shares a wall with your room, and they'll watch explosion-riddled action movies loud as hell upward of 3 a.m. That's what I'm saying. Put on some headphones. They make those. They make those, and you can wear headphones. Most TVs will let you wear headphones, and if you're not, you should honestly just hook up your computer to your TVs and watch through that because it's super good. But like, put your headphones in, please. I beg of you. Don't remember why you're up that late. I eventually just gave up and went, I guess it's an all-nighter, but then you fell asleep. I've swear he does not believe in headphones. If it's like trying to think, because there's like so many different kinds of headphones too. Happy Thwomp Monday. Because there's like the kind I'm wearing right now are over ear. So I know some people have an issue with like, oh, they don't like wearing headphones because it squinch their ear. They don't like wearing earbuds because it uncomfortable, but like there's over the ear ones. They make ones that hook around your ear, like hook over your ear, and those are pretty comfortable. They make big good headsets. They have little earbuds that are light and cozy. There's so many. You can buy speakers and hook them up to the TV and then move the speakers to behind your head. That's what I actually have in my bedroom. Is I have a pair of like the kind of speakers you would buy for a for like a computer, but instead of having to like blast the TV real loud, I can play it at a quieter volume from those speakers because they're right next to my head. And so I don't need it to travel all the way across the room, and I don't need to bother my neighbors if I want to like watch an anime or a stream at night, but don't want to wear headphones because I might fall asleep while it's going. There's a circumstance where you threw your own headphones at him and he still did not turn his TV or volume down. Evil. Evil and mean and evil and mean and evil and mean. You should put gummy worms in his shoes. I think. It's the only solution. It's the only thing that will work. Noted. It's literally the only way to get a message across. But yeah, it probably also doesn't help like when you've got weird hours too, because it's like, yeah, I know I gotta sleep when y'all are awake. Like, I'm trying to sleep in, please. Y'all are getting up early and starting your day, but please. This is the only time I have to sleep.
You raise the blade, then drive it into your heart.
My heart.
You collapse to the floor, everything goes dark, and you die. You're a genocidal maniac, you know that, right?
No.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
We're normal. My heart. My heart. I loved her. I don't remember the cadence or tone of that video.
To get to the bottom of things.
Hold on.
Bit by bit, we're starting
I have to find it.
This place.
More yelling, yeah. Holy shit. There's so many. My heart, I loved her WoW meme, but no music. Where?
My heart. I loved her.
Was it the original, like the actual audio? Extremely squeaky. Minecraft zombie sound. Automaton cover. Number 15. TikTok compilation. Duet. Goofy edition. The f-
Get it, bro. Bro, I am heartbroken. My life is over. My girl broke up with me.
There are literally 3 billion women on the planet.
Bro, you don't get it. She was the one.
Why are you driving faster?
Why is Breaking Bad here? Please, automaton cover. All right, we're gonna find it. What's happening? The internet. Hold on, where?
My heart. I loved her.
Where's the automaton? Hisoka? No. Okay, that one was pretty good. We return to Princess. I like Rain World. This is the best one yet.
There are so many more threads to pull once you stop.
I want to live here. Buck up, Voice of the Cold. We're gonna go over the river and through the woods. And we're gonna... Oh, right, Rain World is a video game. I still need to play that. That's the one with the little slug cats, right?
That's a little dark, buddy. You feeling okay?
I'm feeling nothing. And I like that just fine.
Me too, Cold.
So you've been here before. Of course you've been here before. What count is it this time? 2?
3! Wait. 3!
It's our third. What gave it away?
It's Butts Hards. Don't know if you recommend it. Ah. I beat Hollow Knight. That one's not too hard. How would you rank harder or about the same or less than Hollow Knight? Because when I played Hollow Knight, I didn't stream it, so I didn't have that working against me. But I'm trying to think, have I played any actual hard games on stream? Aside from like the 2 streams that I did of Elden Ring where I did not get very far and I died a lot. Hold on, I'm gonna look at my list of video games that I've played. To see if there's any that I played that actually required, like... Because we've played a few platformers, but none of them are, none of them were, like, particularly crazy. If you fell so asleep in your bed, return to say the princess. Say the princess. Hi, Finchy. Welcome back from a sleep time. I hope you had a good a sleeping, and I hope you have as good a sleeping in the future. Webbed was not particularly difficult. Portal was not particularly difficult. Pony World 3 is the best video game on the Nintendo Switch. We've played Splatoon, but that's also not very difficult. It's more... You have to input controls than, like, a point-and-click or an RPG. I forgot we played Pumpkin Land. Psycho Waluigi had some tricky bits to it, but not that hard. Everhood had some tricky rhythm patterns. But we beat those. It only took us an entire stream. You know what? We did Spampton Fight. I think that counts as a challenge. We played Garf Kart. That game's pretty hard. Garf Kart is my favorite racing game. Should do a Garf Kart stream sometime. The teacups before Spampton. Yeah, that honestly didn't take me as many tries as I thought it was going to. Antechamber was puzzles, but not really, like platforming skills as much. Yeah, I don't think I've ever played a hard game in my entire life. I've played hard games off stream. I've played a challenge. I do kind of like... I played Caro Blaster, but that's also not that hard. I could probably play Rain World. I'm guessing it's about the same as Hollow Knight. Maybe some parts that are harder or less hard, but like I got the true ending of Hollow Knight, and that's challenge. I did the whole Coliseum all the way through.
Your open discussions.
You came around on that awful fast.
The problem with challenge games is you have to actually focus on the game, and it makes it harder to look at chat. So I definitely can't stream those too often, but I do want to see what's up with those little slug cats. Or maybe I'll just play it on my own.
I'm afraid not. Whatever other versions of me you've met in those other lifetimes were just that. Other versions of me. I just wish I'd been the first.
It is so strange how the narrator doesn't carry over.
So you knew how all this worked. Why didn't you ever tell us? We could have used it to our advantage.
We're getting so soaking wet just standing here in the rain. It's a different game from a Metroidvania. You don't know how to compare it. Is it like a Super Meat Boy type? Like a VVVVVVVVVV? Just like the like challenge platformers? Nope. I've seen like the smallest snippets of people playing it. Is it like if Ori and the like Blind Forest was challenging sort of game? But I guess that is technically a Metroidvania because you unlock like powers and stuff. Is it like a cave story? Because it is a 2D platformer. Honestly, more of a... That's why Voice of the Cold is here, because standing in the rain makes things colder. Is it because of like the stealth elements? I think there's stealth elements, right? Like you hide from stuff, but I don't know if that was just one section or if that's like an ongoing thing.
That's because there is no using it to your advantage. The more information you have, the harder it will be for you to succeed.
It's not like it was that difficult to slay her last time. She may have put up a fight, but her flesh is still softer than ours.
I like Voice of the Cold. Seems like a cool guy to watch a movie with.
And now she's dead. And I doubt she'll be able to do much of anything.
Predator and prey simulation. All the enemies are predator. Everything seems physics-based. You gotta survive by getting food and not being food. Oh, right. There's like a hunger meter. It's like if you... Huh. But it's... Is there not like a goal? Like, are you not trying to get somewhere? Is it just like try to survive in this world as long as possible? It's just like don't starve. Except you don't get to build a house or kill the Krampus.
Yes. Then why, pray tell, are you here? Oh, I know that one. We killed ourselves.
Survival and goal. So it's like if Hollow Knight had a hunger meter. Except I guess if there's no powers to unlock, then it's not the Metroidvania.
Why?
Because you thought trying to stuff us away in a corner for eternity was a suitable reward.
Was it not? What better reward is there than eternal bliss? You should have been happy.
If you want to give us eternal bliss, you gotta give us, like, a computer.
We were bored.
A Game Boy, Nintendo 3DS.
There were still answers that we needed to find.
A selection of movies from the, Blockbuster.
It was actually working. And you killed yourself. I can't believe it. You ruined everything.
It's so climby and floppy and physicsy that you can't think of it as similar to Ori, Hollow, etc. I'm trying to think of, like, physics platformers. Portal is like the first thing that comes to mind when you say physics platformer, but like it's definitely not that because I have a feeling because there's no floppy involved there. Maybe like what's that game where you're a girl with like a fishing rod and you use it as like a grapple hook? The egg game you streamed. The one where it's climbing? The one where it's like egg and you have to climb around the kitchen and try to not get squunched by spatulas? Halo 2? I've never played a Halo game in my entire life. God, what was that called? Yeah. But that one. Okay, this is bothering me now. Hold on. What is the name of the one with the fishing rod girl? Umihara Kawase? Yeah, Umihara Kawase. That one doesn't really... That one's swinging physics. Rubber band action physics. Which is not as squishy, but like the stretch and snap of it feels a little bit squishy. So it's probably difference.
does us dying
Party hat.
ruin everything? What aren't you telling us? The world doesn't stay saved if you die.
Why doesn't the world stay saved if we die? Is it that she was the world and then we're taking her place? So instead of change and forming and new, he just wants it to be quiet and still?
And if the world isn't saved, then that means she isn't dead.
It's raining. Did you notice that? It wasn't raining the last time.
Yes, things are different.
I like that it's raining. I would like it to be raining where I am in the meat space.
If this isn't the same path in the woods you're used to, that means that her influence is already spreading and you're running out of time.
Oh! You know what's a weird squishy physicsy type game? Carry On. The one where you're like the meat monster climbing through like tunnels and stuff. But that one's less about being prey and more about being the predator. Shall you call down a thunderstorm? Oh god, yes please. I haven't seen lightning or heard thunder in a hot minute. We never get thunderstorms in Southern California. We sometimes get rain, a drizzle. Thank you.
Influence? What's that supposed to mean? It means exactly what I said. Don't overthink it, or you run the risk of making your task so much more difficult than it has to be.
I wonder if the princess will have an umbrella.
And what is that supposed to mean?
Or if she's just gonna be hanging out in the rain.
Forget I said anything.
Is there even a cabin?
We already made things worse, and I need to stop talking about this now before I definitely make things worse.
Come on, tell us your secrets. Haven't we been through enough?
Tell
Don't
us
we
your
deserve to know?
secrets.
No.
Please.
Is there a reason it would be raining?
If there is, it doesn't matter. If a bit of rain is the best her influence can conjure, then we have nothing to worry about. A drenched corpse is still a corpse.
You are correct. To the cabin.
I'm sure you've already heard my words of warning in one of your past lives. You've already managed to slay her once, just don't muck it up this time, alright?
Don't worry, we're so normal.
What we do is entirely
That last
up
option
to
was
us.
pretty funny. Just any option that lets you say, nope, bye, is really good.
And we have all those mysteries to unravel. Isn't that right?
You aren't here to solve a mystery.
We're not?
You're here to save the world.
I'm done with this. Bye. Just nope, I'm out.
That's what you say. But how can we be sure?
You can never be sure of anything. That's how life works.
We can't be sure of anything except what's right in front of
The
us.
cold gets it.
Okay, but we should.
The
care
cold
about
knows
the fate
what's
of the
up.
world.
Why? Because we should. I don't know. It's important. Is it?
Is it?
Yes. I think. For all we know, the world you're talking about isn't even real. Of course it's real. Where do you think you are? Somewhere else?
It could be.
Maybe we are. This is horribly unproductive. The cabin and your extremely important destiny await.
Proceed to the cabin.
As soon as you enter
Oh.
the cabin, you're struck by an overwhelming scent of decay,
Oh.
of mold and death and stagnant water.
Is that her?
The once stately wooden building is bloated, its beams dripping with a black ooze of putrefaction, all but the exterior stone walls warped beyond
Oh,
recognition.
there she is.
It must have been beautiful once, but in its ruin, it is beyond repulsive.
She's not moving, so that must be her. The walls have never been see-through before. I think it might be her that's see-through. I think she's in here with us.
But you're not alone. You can feel something watching you. There is a figure faintly outlined against the
figure.
rotting wood of the wall. Is that her?
I think that might be her. Yeah, she's never been on ground level before. At least not when there's a cabin. Like, I feel like we had one route where there just wasn't a cabin at all, or it was, like, super destroyed. No, but even then, I think we just still went through a tunnel.
It's like she isn't even there.
See? We killed her.
You're right. Maybe she doesn't reset like us. She certainly doesn't look the same as she did last time.
Before you can make a move, the figure is gone.
I guess that's why.
Behind the door on the far side of
She's just popping up to say hi before going back down to the basement.
The door at the end of the room, but there isn't a door. There's a mirror, that's it. The mirror? Is this some kind of joke? Did you all plan this out before dying? There is no mirror. There's the door to the basement, the table, and the pristine blade. Huh. That's strange.
Yeah, there's no table.
Pristine blade.
There's no table,
Why
there's
isn't
no
there a
blade.
pristine blade?
The pristine blade was in the princess. That's where we know it is. There's no table.
Maybe it's gone because we've already killed her with it. But we had it with us when we died. And besides, everything else has reset. Why wouldn't the blade have reset too?
Maybe it's because we've already explored that avenue. We've seen what happens when we...
So insistent on that adjective. The pristine blade.
Need to try that again.
Never a filthy blade.
I suppose it doesn't matter why the blade is gone, but you're going to have to find it if you're going to do this right. So why don't you march over to that door and make your way down to the basement?
I am very curious. I don't think it's let us ask questions about the knife before. But like...
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in
The
front.
narrator's really insistent that when we kill the princess, we have to do it with a knife.
Earlier, the one that
Like, we can't just punch her to death, we can't strangle her, we can't, like, leave her to starve or anything. Like, it's gotta be done, and it's gotta be done with the pristine blade. So I wonder if, like, that's a special implement that the narrator made too?
It's so hazy. We should try and clean it off.
The mirror is not... The narrator doesn't know about the mirror. But it's also a weird special thing.
You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. The handle is just a little to your right, and a little down.
Maybe her heart is important? The heart is often important? It is true, but I think we can... I think in the prisoner route that we just did, we could have killed her by cutting her head off.
Yeah, we can see it now.
So much for our reflection. We didn't need to see ourselves anyway.
Actually, no. Maybe the head would still be alive if we
seeing
cut it
other
off.
things. No way left to go but down.
Cutting a head off with a dagger?
groans
Damn.
open.
I
The
mean,
air
what
is
were we to
foul
do?
and wet,
She had her
so
head
thick that
shackled.
You can almost feel it settle onto your skin in layers
And
of
we didn't
grime.
have the key, and also there was
Stairs
no
are
keyhole
coated
even.
with slimy algae, the wood
Algae.
rotted through in places, reeking of fetid vegetation. A wispy figure watches you from the bottom of the stairs, face veiled in shadows, legs submerged up to her shins in dark waters.
Hello.
There she is again.
We're come to play in your flooded basement.
Barely. She's just an old memory. Your eyes lock for a brief moment, then she vanishes around the corner.
Hey, princess. I'm sorry about last time. Are we
You
good?
receive no response.
Are we good?
Do you think she's upset with us?
Do you
Don't
think
like
she's
being
mad
here
at me?
unarmed after what happened last time. I feel so exposed.
Do you think we made her angry?
She doesn't seem fully there. I'm not sure she's even capable of being upset.
You think she'll forgive us?
You aren't helping.
All we did was do a little
Are you
stabbing.
scared of a little ghost?
And she stabbed
What's
us
she going to
before,
do?
so it was just
Look at
even
us until we
Stevens.
feel bad. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A bloated body
Girl.
floating face down in slowly rising waters. Her wrist still bound to the wall by a heavy chain.
I don't think that's how you're supposed to do it.
This cell is a dark and isolated place, with not so much as a window to allow starlight to penetrate the gloom.
I think you're supposed to, if you're floating, you're supposed to, the face has gotta be up so that you can get air.
See? She's dead.
You gotta remember your tickle tea touch.
She's not just dead. It looks like she's been rotting. So killing her does stick. Mostly. But if she's dead, then what are we supposed to do? She isn't dead. You clearly just believe she is.
Oh, she drowning. She's probably fine, I think. She just needs to remember that she's gotta roll over so that her face is ups instead of downs.
Her corpse is floating right in front of us. You can stop it with the mind games.
If she's dead, then do we even have to do anything? How can she be a threat to the world like this? Your thoughts are cut short by the sound of a slamming door and a clicking lock.
Don't do that.
You turn to see the shade of the princess staring down at you from the top of the stairs.
Hi.
So that's where the blade is. It's already in her heart. And yet she isn't dead.
Well, wow. It's been so long since someone's taught me elementary backstroke. What do they tell us? You have to, like, imagine your ears are bread and there's peanut butter on your arm and you're putting the peanut butter on the bread when you do the backstroke. I feel like that was the analogy they gave us to have our hands, not go flailing wildly. Tickle tea touch is what they had us do when we were learning how to float on our back. So it was like, a tickle is like you put your hands up. I'm doing it in real life, but you can't see. Like if you're pretending to be a monkey and going like ooh ah ah, or you put your like hands curved around to your armpits. And then T is T-posing, but you're flat on your back in the water. The tickle is also flat on your back in the water. And then touch is you just put your hands flat at your side. So you're like you touch your hands to your thighs. So that was tickle tea touch, and it was like to teach children, like little babies, how to float on your back. You do that. I've heard tell from people that there's another way that they teach it where it's like something airplane armyman or something like that. I forget. But they give all the poses weird names, but it doesn't have the fun sounds. And it doesn't sound absolutely insane when you say it, so I think tickle tea touch is better. They wanted to make you hungry. They wanted you to be eating peanut butter while you swam, except you weren't supposed to do that because you'd get a cramp, except I don't know if that's even real or not. I'm hearing mystery sounds, and I think it's my printer. Yeah, it's my printer.
She is dead. Have you never heard of a ghost before?
And then you zoom, but slowly and relaxedly. Tickle tea touch is what you meant by elementary backstroke. Wait, you move? We never moved when we were doing it. It was just floating in place for us. Y'all were doing it squid style. For us, it was just teach you how to float in different positions. So that you don't drown and you can just lay on your back and be okay.
Oh, for the love of... Can we not waste time arguing over the semantics of what is and isn't dead? She is clearly conscious. She clearly
I miss swimming.
slammed the door on you, and she
I was on
clearly
swim team
has
in
a
elementary school, and so I did a
pristine blade
whole lot
sticking out
of
of her
swimming
chest.
all
This
summer,
is
every summer.
extremely bad. Catastrophic, even.
Yeah, going from tea to touch was the propulsion part. It's like a weird... It's like a weird breaststroke, but on your back. Narrator, that blade is no longer pristine. It is post-stab. It is unsteen. You can be dead and conscious. You ever heard of the undead? A ghost? A zombie? A ghoul? A vampire? A Frankenstein, maybe? I'm trying to remember other undead monsters. Haunter from Pokemon? Well, that's a ghost. It's got so many of the jelly on it. That knife is covered in jelly. Post sandwich.
Yeah, dead or not, what are we supposed to do about her? Slaying or destroying, if we want to be a little more
We could
neutral, seems off the table.
like go fish.
Yeah, this is tricky. But let's talk to her. See what kind of information she has that we don't.
Hello, ma'am. Hello, princess.
She hasn't said anything. Are you sure she can talk like this?
You sure are standing up there. I'm doing the Instagram at sludge type post sandwich. Got him.
Bold of you to come back here after what you did.
Oh, she will talk to us. Hold on. I'm gonna do a save. I have a feeling from this option that says please don't let me drown. I have a feeling the more we talk, the more the room is gonna fill up with water. So why'd you close the door?
But she doesn't answer your question.
Yeah.
All she does is watch you in shadowed silence.
Can we, like, walk up the stairs as we talk?
Trickling sound. The water's rising, isn't it? It is, and it's rising fast. Oh, that's interesting. We've never drowned before. I wonder how it'll feel.
I love you, voice of the cold.
Bad, I bet.
You get it.
I don't think dying ever feels good.
You don't know. You've never done it before.
Yes, how astute.
Actually, wait, no, we
Dying
have
is
done it
bad,
before.
you should
We've just
avoid
never
it.
drowned it before.
How about you stop trying to talk to her and do something instead?
Let me out. Are you trying to kill me? I'm going to drown. What's wrong with you? I don't want this. I only killed you after you killed me first. We're even now. We don't need to do this again. Please, I'm begging you. I'll do anything. Just don't let me drown. This is about last time. I'm sorry. Now, can you let me out? Have you gotten more voices progressively? Didn't realize you had all of them now. Did they always stack? Yes. They stack, when it's like in the first chapter, it's just us. It's us, the narrator and the hero. And then after we either save or slay, then we get one new voice depending on what happened. And then chapter 3, if we make it to a chapter 3, we get one more voice. And then there's, yeah, all of these dialogues are really unconvincing. I would love to do I'm going to drown with just like a period instead of an exclamation point. I'm leaning towards I only killed you after you killed me first. We're even now. We don't gotta do this again. But she said at the end of last time that she would never, ever, ever forgive us no matter what. Dying feels very everything goes dark and you die apparently. Literally, they keep saying that at us. They say everything goes dark and you die. I would love to rush for the door. Let's try. We don't need to do this again.
Pathetic.
Wow.
The water is rising fast
Come
now.
on.
It's flowing in from some unseen place, and judging by the height of the algae on the stairs, it has no intention of stopping anytime soon. You feel it creeping up your back, so cold that it steals the very warmth from your flesh,
Not my
leaving
warmth.
a smothering
Not my
numbness in its
flesh.
place. Are you really just going to stand there and let yourself die?
No, we'll go push the door.
Yeah, let's think. Where is it coming from? It's coming from some unseen place.
It's coming from the sky. We were just outside. It's raining.
Does it really matter where it's coming from? Because I can feel it rising. I don't.
You
think
never
we have
had a
much time
flood
to sleep.
before? Rain goes from the sky to the ground, soaks through the ground into the building.
Yes, it matters. Maybe we can find a way out. Maybe we can figure out a way to make this work. This is just
Do you think
a
there's just
puzzle.
gonna be
We
like
can
a
solve
bath
it.
plug at the bottom we can pull out and it'll drain?
Some things aren't puzzles to be solved. Sometimes you're doomed from the start.
This guy clearly doesn't have a sump pump in his basement. Literally.
Yes, most people are doomed. But in case you need reminding, everyone will be doomed forever unless you stop her.
Nuh-uh. Let's go push the door.
The princess eyes you with a disaffected gaze as you rush up the stairs, but you don't make it past the first few steps.
Why not?
The door
Oh.
bursts open, a powerful wave of water crashing down towards you.
Well.
You're swept up in the flood. Your head slams into the basement wall.
Well.
You come to a moment later, suspended in darkness, disorientated, only aware of the surface of the water and the emptiness above. And of course, the princess,
Hi, princess.
hovering above you, watching in silence as you struggle to stay afloat in the icy depths. There's no way out.
It's so dark and cold. I think our limbs are slowing down. How much longer can we do this?
Tickle-tea touch?
Just keep breathing, we'll figure this out.
Or we won't. It doesn't matter either way.
But you don't have time to figure anything out. Something cold and clammy wraps around your ankle.
Seaweed.
You're dragged under, only able to take one last hopeful gulp of air before your head is plunged into the freezing depths. As you sink below the surface, you see it.
Oh!
Or rather, you see her.
Well...
The body you found floating when you first arrived, its hand is locked around your ankle. The heavy
Two
chains
princesses
pulling you
this
both
time.
down into the unfeeling, suffocating nothingness.
I get it. We shouldn't have killed her. Just get it away from us, please.
It's not a very nice way to talk about a princess.
The past is the past. There's no changing it. There's nothing to fix.
The past is history. The future is a mystery. And now is a gift, and that's why they call it the present.
And there's not a lot we can do about the present either. Not
It's a
unless
gift.
we think like we should have been doing all along.
I've never thought in my life.
But there is no thinking as you drown. You desperately try to pull yourself back to the surface again, and again, and again.
Again and again and again
Your icy
and again.
limbs flailing
Again and
desperately
again.
against the grip of
Again
her
and
rotting
again.
corpse.
Do it
And all
again.
the while her ghastly figure stares down at you, expressionless, as unfeeling as the weight around your ankle.
The present is a gift. You can you return it for store credit? You can, but it's a little bit rude. I guess if you really, really don't want it.
Filled with blood. In the other, we're not so different.
Ah. I guess I'm gonna save. I accidentally right-clicked and I guess that opens the save menu? That's handy to know. Have I never right-clicked this entire game? But your lungs don't fill, nor will they ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Yeah, page 15, but the numbers on the UI only go to 9. Yeah, apparently you could just keep clicking the right button and it just keeps giving you more pages. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels
It's
You're right.
fine.
Cowards. You have to look.
We have to look. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've grown. We're a big bird now. Can you exchange the present for Kohl's cash? Is that a thing? Does Kohl's have their own money? Been streaming a Rempy game too. You wonder if It does that too? You think this is called Ren'Py? Ren'Py is the visual novel maker. It's like it's the visual novel equivalent of RPG Maker, essentially. If you buy enough stuff, you get Kohl's Cash. I don't think I've ever bought anything at Kohl's in my entire life. I think I've been in a Kohl's to return Amazon purchases because they had like an Amazon return desk there. What's the button? Because Ren'Py games have buttons that, this is A. Is this it? No, that's auto. Skip, no, we don't want skipping. There's supposed to be a button that turns on the text to speech. I guess it'll be in this, whoa, wait.
Font override, text size scaling, line spacing scaling.
Okay, yeah, I think this is
high
Ren'Py.
contrast, self voice, clipboard, clipboard, debug, clipboard, open dyslexic, deja, open reset, font, enable, font override,
well,
text
that's
size
not what it
scaling,
says.
return, debug, clipboard voicing
Clipboard.
Clipboard voicing clipboard.
Clipboard voicing clipboard.
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 Clipboard. Font override. Font override.
Enable. I wish they would.
Debug voicing. Debug. Clipboard. Self voicing disabled.
Self voicing disabled. I just remember when I was doing the extremely weird.
After says enable. Return. Debug.
Ow. All I remember is when I was doing the debug, deep clipboard, the weird time travel Yuri fairy visual novel Crow Powers over on Tummy's stream. And we also did a different one for, but the like self-voicing kept accidentally activating. You think you repressed that game? I'm never gonna forget that game. Never, ever, 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 ever. It's changed me as a person. I'm a different person now because of By Your Side.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets.
You're always
whenever
talking
you
about
are-
these flickering pocket lights. I didn't say that. I didn't say better person. I said a different person. Wait, did I say better person? I honestly don't remember what I said with my mouth. I've become a different person because of that game. More confused person, maybe. I'm more sure of anything than I've ever been as sure of in my entire life. That's what I am. We bought her the laptop. Why didn't she say anything about it? Why didn't she say, how did you get a laptop from the future in the 1960s? What do you think about this vessel?
This one is guarded sorrow. She saw herself as alone, but in the end had the courage to share with another. She will make for a deep heart.
Deep.
Do not mourn her. She has finally been heard.
What'd she say? Wait. What'd she say? Oh, that you only meant well. Well, of course you didn't.
I await
What'd
your
you
return,
say?
but it will give me time
Oh,
to
that
reflect
it's all
on what I
for
am.
the best. Of course it is.
We will meet again.
We will meet again. Ow. Everything goes dark and you die. You know, we're out here dying twice as much as the princess. The princess, wait, no, the math doesn't add up. I was gonna say the princess dies once per vessel. But then we also die an additional time after we come to the shifting mound. But sometimes if we have 3 chapters and we kill the princess in every one of them, the princess died twice and we died twice. So maybe it does even out a little bit.
You're on a path.
It's definitely bedtime for tonight. We don't have enough time. We've already passed the 10 o'clock threshold. We don't have enough time to get another princess in here, but we can take a peep at our memories. We got 1, 2. Wait, then what is this? Is this if we do the prison and we leave? Interesting. I'm looking at the map. I'm looking at the map now. So true. We got Vessel of the Damsel. I don't think... One of these is another damsel route, I think. Unless... Not this. Did we slay the damsel? I don't think we did. I think what we have to do is... Yeah, we have to get the damsel and then slay her at one of these points. With these beautiful anime drawings, baby. Leave with her, slay her. She's changing, slay her. She's changing, slay her. She's changing, slay her. She's changing. No, give her everything she didn't know she wanted. Wonder what that one's about. I don't know. Maybe that's this one? Because it looks like... We got the witch, we got the thorn. The wild. We got the wild. We got the beast. And we got beast final form. We got the stranger. We have to do the nightmare route again. You got the egg. We did get the egg. I'm a little disappointed. I thought she would be more egg-shaped. But it was just the brilliant light behind her. Her design's pretty cool, though. I like the eye sash. I think, so we have to do damsel where we have to kill I'm gonna make notes. I'm gonna make notes so we don't forget. I'm gonna note it up, note it down, note around. I always forget to take notes, but this time we're doing it. Kill damsel. Stay with nightmare. We have to go back to the razor. We have to go back to the razor. I think it's this one that's like, when you cut it out. I guess we have to go to razor and then don't take blade. So that's 1, 2, 3. We got apotheosis, we got fury. We got eye of the needle. We got the drowned gray. What is this seen the worst sights of the prison world? Is that we go to the prisoner? And we turn around? You can always choose to walk away empty-handed. There is also one more... There's one more where if we just leave at chapter 2 each time. Special ending for that. But right now, right current, we gotta go to bed. It's bedtime. Remember how earlier I was saying it with what with my mouth? How bed is so good and great and wonderful, and you can sit in it and you can sleep in it and you can close your eyes and you can have a pillow and a blankie and you can get so tucked in and you can have a good night's sleep. You can honk shoe, you can snork me. You can do it all. And we're gonna go do that now. Let's go see if any bunny is up we can raid to. Or if everybody else is snork-me. But we can send you all to B VTuber. A live play in Fields of Mystria. That's one that I want to play a lot. I don't know if I'll play it on stream. I'll probably play it on my own. I play a lot of Stardew on my own, and it's a very fun game that I enjoy. But I want to wait for it to come out of alpha or beta or whatever it's in right now. Wait for some more content updates before finding out what's going on in that fun world. But thank you all for coming. Thank you all for hanging. Thank you all for playing. Thank you all for sleeping. Thank you all for sharing. Thank y'all to the lurkers and the Vobble watchers. You are powerful on twitch.tv. Thank you to the sleepers getting your ZZZs. Thank you for the raids. I hope everybody has a good sleep and a good dreams and a good breakfast tomorrow morning and a good day and a good rest of the week. We will play more of this game next week, Monday. And then on Wednesday in a couple of days, we're playing a brand new game called Milk Inside a Bag of Milk Inside a Bag of Milk. I'm not actually... I've heard good things about this game. I've heard that maybe it's a little bit wild and wacky. I've heard that maybe it's a content warning type game where it's like... maybe not for everybody, but also we're playing Slay the Princess, and this also definitely isn't for everybody. But I think that one's more on like an existential level. I think it's, I don't know. I think there's less gore in it, probably. This is on an existential level, I guess, Slay the Princess, but it might be weird but different. But we're gonna play it because it looks cool and it looks fun. And that'll be Wednesday. And then Friday, was that Friday? Ivy doesn't stream on Fridays. What are you talking about Friday? Ivy streams Friday this week on account of its International Wear a Hat Day, which is the funny holiday. I think it's like a UK holiday, but it's also like a fundraising event for brain tumor research. So we're gonna be doing a fun charity stream. We've done this every year since a few years ago. We've been doing it for the last couple of years. I think this is our third one. I think this is our third. And is this third? Is this fourth? I don't know. But I think it's the third. I don't know anymore. We're returning to Fez. Every year at the end of March on International Wear a Hat Day, we play Fez because it's a hat-themed game. And it's a special event where you don't have to spend any of your money if you don't want. You redeem hats with channel points for my head. They will stack. They will count up the number of hats redeemed at the end of the stream. That's how many pounds, the UK currency pounds, I am going to donate of my own dollars to brain tumor research. I think I'm gonna try to do something else this year too. I think if anybody wants to also donate, I think I'm gonna take for every dollar you send me via Ko-fi, I will just pin whatever image you want to my VTuber model. That'll count as a hat. It doesn't even have to be one of my existing hats. We'll find a way to just pin those. And then at the end of the stream, I will turn around and put all those dollars to brain tumor research too. I was thinking about having people be like, if you donate to brain tumor research, I'll do a fun hat, but I think that's actually more of an ask for y'all, because when you do that, they like make you give them your like name and email and stuff. Maybe I'll do both. I don't know how I would verify if so. Maybe I'll just trust word of mouth. Be like, if you gave them money, just tell me how many money you gave them and we'll add it to the count. Or if you don't want to give them your email, you can just Ko-fi me and then I'll put it in the pot and then put it all in there in the end. But we'll be keeping track of that. We'll be doing that. It'll be a grand old time. It'll be a fun old time. That's Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific. I do have to go to work that day, so that's why it's at the normal late nights time. But for tonight, for the current, let's go to bed. I'm gonna start the raid. Send y'all over to BTuber. Everybody have a good night. Everybody have a good dreams. Everybody have a good memes. Everybody have a good screams. Everybody have a good leams. Good night, good night, good night. Good night, good night, good night. Good night, 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 good night.